quality performance, certainly a quality day as well here in St. Louis. Last week the Rams looked good, and they try to maintain and build on that from a week ago where they beat the Colts 33-10. Steve Spagnuolo on one side of the ball against Mike Munchak and the Tennessee Titans, another AFC South team. Looking forward to seeing what the rookies have to give us. For more on those rookies, draft picks and otherwise, let's head down to the sideline. And the fourth man in our crew here, Maurice Drummond. How are you?
All right, Andrew, thanks a lot. You know, there are going to be a number of Rams veterans that are going to use this game as a tune-up, but there are a couple of Rams rookies who are going to be looking to make an impact as well as impress the coaches. And first up is Robert Quinn, the Rams' top pick, the 14th overall selection. Last week against the Colts, he had a quarterback pressure and an explosive tackle for a loss. It was one of the hardest hits of the night. And the second-round pick, tight end Lance Kendricks out of the University of Wisconsin, broke out big with 5 catches, including his first career touchdown, a catch that he'll never forget.
It was a great feeling. You know, like you said, although it was a preseason game, it was still a touchdown in my eyes. It was still, you know, getting across the line, scoring the first 6 points of the season, scoring the first, passing play of the season. My first ever catch was a touchdown, so that's something to be proud of.
Kendricks also led the Rams with 47 yards receiving. Let's send it back upstairs to you guys.
All right, Maurice, thank you. It's always good when your first and second round pick guys immediately contribute. Quinn looked good, Kendricks looked good, and really for these guys to succeed, for this team to succeed, gentlemen, we need to see them do well right out of the gate.
Yes, we do. You want your draft picks to come out and have a good showing in the preseason, and last week they got that. They want to continue to build on the confidence from last week in this game right here.
You were down to the sideline, Orlando. Robert Quinn looked pretty good, didn't he?
Yes, he did. As a rookie coming in, playing that defensive end position, it's one of the toughest positions you can transition into in the NFL, and he looked pretty good last week.
Tennessee has won the toss and elects to defer, which means the Rams will get the ball first. Rob Baronis is set to kick off, and it's Marty Gilliard, who had some fun last week returning, who was really his own worst critic during the week. He's back in single safety to return. And again, this year, as we saw last week, the kickoffs from the 35-yard line, not the 30. Saw a lot of touchbacks last week, likely the same this week. But Gilliard's going to take this out from halfway back in his own end zone, 15, 16, the 17-yard line. And that is where the Rams will come out and set up shop. It's Anthony Smith on the tackle. Sam Bradford certainly looked good last week. He was 8 of 13, or I beg your pardon, he was 7 of 12 for 45 yards, had that touchdown. We should see him for a good percentage of the first half, maybe the entire first half. Depends really on how many snaps it's going to take him to get to the end of the first half. And he comes out with a double tight end set to the right, and that's Steven Jackson in the backfield for the first time in the preseason. A little bit of a play fake. Bradford has time, as he did last week. He will load up and he will throw deep, and that is Gibson, and he will go the distance. A touchdown on the first play of the game for Brandon Gibson. 83 yards. Not a bad start, guys.
You take a look at this play. They come out in 2 tights. They know they want to feature Steven Jackson. The safety comes up, bid on the crossing route of Kendricks, and there you see Gibson going up the hash all by himself. What a great throw. That's the hardest throw for a quarterback right there when a guy is wide open.
And one thing that really set that up, like you said, Marshall, was the play fake to Steven. They're thinking they want to feature Steven Jackson. They get the ball, play fake, right down the field to Gibson, touchdown.
All smiles on the sideline, deservedly so. One play, 83 yards on the drive. Still 14:45 remaining in the first quarter as Josh Brown kicks the extra point. And just like that, the Rams have themselves an early lead, 7-0 right out of the gate. As we thought they wanted to test the field, rather stretch the field this week a little bit, Marshall, they did right out of the gate.
What I like about that play is Sam Bradford sold the fake. He's been working on that. He said he wanted to get better at play action. If you watch his shoulders, he sold it, got the linebackers to bite up, got the safety to bite on Kendricks going across the field on the crossing route, and they dropped Gibson going straight up the hash mark. What a great throw by Sam Bradford.
You know, we were talking to Sam last week before the Colts game, and he had a smile on his face when talking about Daniel Gibson. He said it almost seems as if he's faster this year, if that's possible. Don't know if it is, but he came on strong last year in the second half. Really came on strong. And it's kind of a logjam at wide receiver this year. We've seen that in camp, but he has distanced himself a little bit where he is not only a lock here to make this team, he's a lock to contribute.
Well, he's a favorite amongst the coaches and definitely amongst Sam Bradford. And the thing is, when you start talking about a player playing faster, it's because you understand what's going on around you, and that allows you and frees you up to make plays like we just saw right there.
Josh Brown hit a couple of long field goals last week, a 60 and a 53-yarder. Here is to kick off to Mark Mariani, second-year player. He was a Pro Bowler a year ago as a rookie, averaging around 25 a return. This one, although the new rules, not even out to the 20-yard line, he'll start on the 18-yard line. Dominic Curry, special team demon that he is, makes the tackle, and it's going to be Matt Hasselbeck at quarterback. New face this year. Hasselbeck last week 5 of 6 for 55 yards, maybe 20 plays today for the former Seattle Seahawk. 13th season, signed to a 3-year, $20 million deal worth around $9 million. In his first season, he is, as he knows, keeping the seat warm for the rookie Jake Locker, who will certainly see a lot of today, maybe the entire second and third quarter. That's Jamie Harper, the rookie running back out of Clemson. He looked good last week, but he gets tripped up behind the line of scrimmage here. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. Our starting lineups brought to you by Bud Light. It's the sure sign of a good time. Here we go. It's Mike Otto starting at right tackle tonight as David Stewart is out for Tennessee. No Chris Johnson, we know that. Also no Javon Ringer. Jamie Harper is the third string tailback. And wide, it's Nate Washington and Damian Williams, who's in for Kenny Britt. Williams in his second year out of USC. An I formation, Marshall noted earlier. It's going to be physical football today. And again, it's physical football here. That's Harper running. Quentin Michael on the tackle, 25-yard line. As for your Rams defensive line, that's your Bud Light lineup for the Rams. Quentin Michael had an INT last week, 1 of 3 for the Rams. Up front, Chris Long, Fred Robbins, Justin Bannon, and James Hall. Maybe 15 to 20 snaps for those guys. D-line won't play much tonight. James Laurinaitis is back in the middle. Keel and Diggs alongside Bartell, Fletcher, Dahl, and Michael. Both those safeties had INTs a week ago. And the crowd gets loud here at the Edward Jones Dome. 25-yard line with 4 wide receivers for Hasselbeck. He works out of the shotgun on third down. He's flushed out to the right. He may tuck and run, and he does. And Matt Hasselbeck, veteran that he is, able to get 5 yards, pick up the first down to the 30-yard line. James Laurinaitis ran him out of bounds. Marshall, what did you see there?
Well, just a veteran quarterback, understanding that they're bringing the pressure from his left side. The loses contain, and right there, Hasselbeck gets the first down and makes sure, listen, this is preseason. I do not want to get hit.
No, especially considering last year how many issues Hasselbeck had, really the last couple of years in Seattle with a bad back. It seemed like every time he wanted to slide or run out of bounds, you held your breath. Here's a screen to the left. That's Harper. He has room, 40, 45, midfield. Jamie Harper gets into Rams territory before Dahl brings him down. Big play on the screen and a new set of downs.
The thing is, we understand that the Titans want to run the football, but the Rams, in trying to get their run fits, they want to make sure that, listen, hey, let's not bite on the play fake that we just scored a touchdown on. Let's play careful. They got caught up. We got to see those guys start getting off of blocks. Talking to the Rams offensive coordinator, Josh McDaniels, he said the hardest thing to work on in training camp is screens, and we see Tennessee coming out running screens themselves.
That was for 24. Herb Donaldson is now in the backfield, and that's Donaldson carrying across the 40. All kinds of room. After a gain of 24, a gain of 12 now to the 35 of the Rams. After coming out strong on that first play, after forcing a 3rd and 4, the Rams giving up Orlando a couple of big plays, a couple of big gains.
Yeah, one thing you have to look at, this Rams defense will be tested today. Tennessee is a downhill. They want to get the ball and run the ball right at you. So the Rams going to have to get in their fits and get ready to tackle somebody, or else they'll pull it down their throat.
And remember, this is without Chris Johnson, who is still holding out. Munchak talked this week about Johnson now not only not learning a new playbook and a new offensive system, but really falling behind. See when he gets back to camp. That's Herb Donaldson again. Good cutback, puts his hand down, maybe picks up a couple of yards. Down to the 32, 33-yard line. Call it a gain of 3. Robert Hall, James Laurinaitis. James Hall, beg your pardon. James Laurinaitis, among others, there for the tackle.
Take a look at this play. This is a nice stretch play here. The run fits all the gaps, all the holes are plugged. They forced him back to the backside backer. Keel does a great job at staying backside, staying square, squaring up on him, and getting him down.
Brian Keel getting a long look at weak side linebacker. We'll also see Chris Chamberlain there. Zach Dials there as well tonight. Hasselbeck back to throw on second down, steps up, dumps it over the middle. That's complete. Again, that's Donaldson, and that is very close to a first down. Looks to be about a yard short with, again, Herb Donaldson there on the catch.
You look at Tennessee, they're coming out, and they're in two backs, two tights. They really want the Rams to focus on their run fits. They're giving them multiple looks. They have a tight end standing up in the slot. They put him to the other side with the strong side tight end. And here they come out in jumbo to see if the Rams can stop the short yardage play.
And an I formation with the tight end in motion. It's Hall and Donaldson to the backfield. That's going to be Donaldson running left, and I don't think he got it. He didn't get it. The Rams defense stands strong and forces a fourth down. Brian Keel in on the tackle.
Take a look. Well, just look at the penetration. The line of scrimmage is one right there. That allows Keel to get penetration and make the tackle on Tennessee's side of the ball.
Brian Keel, 26 tackles last year. He made one start, again getting a long look coming off the injury at that weak side linebacker position. Rob Baronis is on for the field goal. He missed a 38-yarder last week. He has been somewhat sketchy in camp, although he is the fourth most accurate kicker in NFL history. This is from 46, and this is good. So each team scores on its first possession. The Rams get a touchdown. The Titans get a Rob Baronis field goal. We are early on first quarter, 9:39 remaining at the Edward Jones Dome. Damon Gibson, an 83-yard touchdown to the Rams lead, 7-3. 7 gave up a couple of big yardage plays there for the Titans on their first drive, but eventually the Rams defense held, leading to a Rob Baronis field goal of 46 yards, and we are back inside the Edward Jones Dome as Baronis is set to kick off to Marty Gilliard. Rams lead 7-3 over the Tennessee Titans, along with the Hall of Famer Marshall Faulk and Orlando Pace. I'm Andrew Siciliano, back to Maurice Drummond on the sideline in a couple of seconds. A 9-play drive there for Tennessee. Gilliard's first return was to the 17, and that Rams first drive was only one play and 83 yards. Marty decided to run it out the first time. Let's see what he does this time. There's really all eyes now in the NFL on the new touchback, the new kickoff rules here in the early preseason. He brings it out 15, gets tripped up, and gets back basically to the same spot. Mark Mariani comes out with the football, but they will say that he was down on the 16-yard line. That is where the Rams will start when we get back. Rams 7, Titans 3. They've only run 2 weeks ago tonight. Our friend, our partner, Marshall Faulk, into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, one of the 2011 inductees. By the way, your tie matched perfectly. You deserve credit for that.
Come on, man. Of course.
Seriously, you matched well. Best dressed Hall of Famer up there.
Andrew, that's what I do.
10th leading rusher in NFL history. Only player in league history with 12,000 on the ground and 6,000 through the air. NFL record 5 games with 250 plus from scrimmage. Rams start from scrimmage on the 16. That's Steven Jackson. And that's maybe a couple of yards up the middle. We mentioned 2 yards there for Steven Jackson. He did not play last week, although he was in uniform. He is starting, getting his first action of the 2011 preseason tonight. Your Bud Light starting lineups. Saffold, Hank Fraley at left guard, Jason Brown, Harvey Dahl, and Jason Smith up front. Jacob Bell is out tonight. Jackson and Miller in the backfield, Amendola and David Gibson, who has already scored, are your wide receivers. Call it 2nd and 8. Now Jackson goes in motion, and the Rams have 5 in an empty backfield. Bradford out of the gun. And he will look to throw, and he does. He throws right into the seam. That's caught. That's Danny Amendola, who had 85 catches a year ago. Orlando here gets out to the 31-yard line and a new set of downs. Defensive lineups here for the Tennessee Titans. Hayes, Smith, Klug, and Jones up front. Old friend Will Witherspoon gets the start in the middle today with Barrett Rood out. McCourty, Finnegan, Hope, and Michael Griffin, the safety for Tennessee. So first down, Sam Bradford 2 for 2 early. And now first down from the 31. Coming up on 8 minutes remaining first quarter. Play fake. Bradford, gun, knocked up in the air and picked off. That's Alteron Werner, second-year DB out of UCLA, and he returns it across the 40. Flag is down, still moving across the 35 to the 34-yard line. So wait on that flag. It came on the run back after the INT, guys.
16-yard return. Flag on the play.
A 16-yard return by Werner. Walt Coleman is our referee this evening.
Personal foul, low block, number 60 of the passing team. That penalty will be assessed 15 yards from the end of the play. First down.
So Jason Brown is going to get flagged in the return for a low block, and we have a Tennessee Titan down. It's Akeem Ayers, college teammate of Alteron Werner, linebacker, rookie out of UCLA. Marshall, what'd you say?
Nice play action here. Mike Sims-Walker, ball got up on him quick. Sam made a great throw right there. Mike Sims-Walker, you got to make that catch. Ball gets deflected around, and there you have an interception.
Sims-Walker bothered by a groin, didn't play much last week, didn't practice much this week, Orlando, until late in the week.
Yeah, he has to come up with that ball. That's a ball he has to catch right there. And it's caused an interception. Now you see guys covering, you know.
When you see a play like that happen, you often say, oh boy, the quarterback made a bad throw. But if you watch the receiver come out of his break and he doesn't come out of his break clean, looking back for the ball, it's an indicator. Sam was expecting him to do one thing. It's always said, do not fool the quarterback.
And how much of that do you think is attributed to rustiness and maybe not getting the reps this week in practice?
Oh, always. That's it. That's all it has to do with right there. Anytime you're not in there, you're injured, Sam is expecting you to be there. He ran that play with someone else.
Right.
And it was completed. Sims-Walker didn't come out of his break.
Short field now as Jamie Harper runs to the right on first down. Tennessee's going to start at the 19-yard line, so starting in the red zone after the turnover. It's a gain of 2 for Harper, who again is the third-string tailback. Looked good on that first drive. Chris Johnson is still holding out, and Javon Ringer, who Mike Munchak said earlier this week, even if Chris Johnson, and when Chris Johnson comes back, Ringer is going to get some decent time. He ran 3 times last week for 17, but again, he's not dressed this week. Harper, who had 8 for 27 last week, is the tailback. He also had a touchdown 4th-round pick this year out of Clemson. Hand off to Jamie Harper again, pushing across the 15. Out of the 12-yard line, it's going to bring up 3rd and short. Is there a question about the Rams that you want answered? I'm guessing there is. Now is the time to get involved. During each preseason game, you can email us here in the booth, and we're going to answer your questions live on the air. Go to stlouisrams.com, email us, and if your question is chosen, we put it up on the screen with your name and everything, and we'll answer it during the broadcast. 7 minutes remaining here, first quarter, 3rd and 4. From the 13-yard line, little play fake and a rollout. That's Hall, the fullback, to the 10. He's got a first down. He's fighting towards the goal line. Brian Keel lassos him down finally on the 1. He almost got it.
Andrew, this is one of those situations that you just can't game plan. You never know when a turnover is going to happen on your side of the ball. In your defense, they have to go out there and play fast and play quick. That was an opportunity to get off the field. I'm sure Coach Magnolo will talk to them about less stopping them and holding them to a field goal. They had an opportunity right there.
Now, Hall's a big guy, 5'11", 241. Former Marine out of Texas. He took Brian Keel for a ride. This is Harper burrowing his way through the middle of the line and into the end zone, a touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run for Jamie Harper. Pushes his way in. And Tennessee takes the lead over the Rams, 9-7. Orlando, take me through it.
Playing goal line offense and defense, it's all about an attitude. You put your defense in a bad situation on a short field, and it's tough to defend that. They got a big physical offensive line. Guys got to get lower. Low man wins in this situation.
And Marshall, you said that it was going to be a physical test today, and certainly the Tennessee offense has come out. And there with a short field, 4 plays, only 19 yards needed after the INT. Tennessee plays a physical brand of football and punches it in. That drive takes 1 minute and 49 seconds. Bradford INT leads the points the other way. Tennessee has the lead over the Rams, 10-7, with 6:16 remaining in the first quarter. On the Man taking a drink in the back there is Jamie Harper. Scored a touchdown for the Titans just now. A 1-yard run after a Bradford INT. Eltron Werner had the pick. Mike Sims-Walker the intended receiver. And Tennessee takes the lead 10-7. 4 plays, 19 yards. Needed only 1:49 off the clock on the short field. 10-7 again. 6:16 remaining first quarter. The Rams Broadcasting Network. Thanks so much for being here with us for preseason week number 2. Maurice Drummond down to the sideline. That's Marty Gilliard set to return. I am Orlando Pace. And the Hall of Famer Marshall Falk up here in the booth with me. I'm Andrew Siciliano. Barona's kickoff from the 35. Gilliard takes it on 8 yards deep. His 3rd return already today. The 10. Little juke move. He's free, and he got wrapped up and pulled down from behind on the 22-yard line. A touchdown saving tackle, maybe, or a big gain saving tackle, certainly, from Jordan Babineau. 3rd possession for the Rams. Coming up next, they lead 10. For the first time in 5 quarters of football in the preseason, the Rams trailed 10-7 to the Tennessee Titans back at the Edward Jones Dome of the Rams Broadcasting Network. At INT, Bradford got picked off last drive by Eltron Werner. The Titans leads to a short field, 4 plays, 19 yards, and Tennessee takes the lead. Bradford, 7 wins last year as the Rams went 7-9, most wins by a rookie quarterback since back in 1970. Behind him, Miller and Steven Jackson at tailback. It's going to be Jackson running right behind Miller. Really nowhere to go, and a loss. Maybe a loss of 1. Last year, Steven Jackson became the all-time leading rusher in Rams history. And Marshall, you're on this list certainly. It's a pretty impressive list of guys that he has moved past. He is now 28 years old. They got him some help this year, but he really doesn't show much sign of slowing down.
No, he does not. Year 7, Steven does a great job of taking care of his body. Coming in as a rookie, that was one of the things that I told Steven. Take care of your body early. It's going to help you out later on in your career. When you look at those yards and you look at what Steven means to this team and his organization, now he's starting to get help. Sam Bradford, a franchise quarterback. Look at the offensive line that he's playing with. They're doing a great job at building and putting things around Steven. If he can stay healthy, he can see this team through a playoff run, maybe even a Super Bowl.
Jackson was the intended receiver there. Cortland Finnegan, who is at times a troublemaker. Remember his fight last year with Andre Johnson.
Yeah, we all remember that.
Yes, fight. He was in the backfield there, and they exchanged some words afterwards, a little pushing and shoving. No flag, and now the Rams face a 3rd and long.
We need a first down here. You got to help your defense out. You got to get a first down.
On 3rd and 12. Marty Gilliard fell down. Beg your pardon, that's Mike Sims-Walker fell down coming out of the break. And it's an incompletion as Bradford fires right. And it's punt time here. Sims-Walker, Marshall, you mentioned earlier, you didn't like the way he came out of his break on the INT there. He just fell down.
Yeah, 2 plays right there. They went to him at crucial moments in the game. They feel like Sims-Walker is a guy that they can depend on. 2 plays that right now, Josh McDaniels might be rethinking that.
And maybe it's the groin, too. You want to give him a little bit of benefit of the doubt. Groin injury tweaked last week here at the Edward Jones Dome with the win over the Colts. He sat out early in the week. Sims-Walker did, and was able to get back to practice and get back on the field. Donnie Jones to punt. The Pro Bowler Mark Mariani set to return, and he'll get it on the run. Bobble at 35. Left sideline, an angle out of bounds just shy of midfield. Deontay Dinkins, among others, there to run him out of bounds. But again, a short field, good field position coming up for Tennessee. They're at midfield. Season tickets for Steve Spagnuolo St. Louis Rams now on sale, starting as low as $250. That's it. Call 314-RAMS-TIX. 314-RAMS-TIX, or visit stlouisrams.com. See it live. Experience the Rams. Guys, what this Rams defense is experiencing so far is maybe getting gassed. Tennessee has run 13 plays. This will be the 14th for the Titans. The Rams only 7. So in essence, that Rams D has been on the field for double the snaps as the Rams offense, as Hasselbeck gets thrown down. James Laurinaitis with the sack. Certainly didn't look tired there. Flag on the play. Somebody jump.
Now we have a legal formation. Receiver covered up the tight end. That's some of the things that when we talked about the Rams last week, they didn't have any of those mistakes. And you see Tennessee come out. Receiver covers up the tight end.
illegal formation on the offense. Number 17 covered up the tight end. 5-yard penalty. That penalty's declined. Second down.
So they will take the sack and decline the penalty. Guys, looks like this defense gas. That's what we were talking about at the break. What do you think?
I know that they want. I know that the defensive coordinator Ken Flangio and Spagnuolo wanted to get a good look at their defense. For 14, now 15 plays in the first half with 5 minutes to go.
Jamie Harper is loose, right sideline, 20, cuts back in across the 15. Again, the Rams chasing a Tennessee running back. Bradley Fletcher brought him down.
As I was saying, that's a lot of plays for a defense to play. You take a look at this play. They're going to start the weak side stretch play, and he's going to do a good job at cutting it back. You must hold, contain, and then the safety has to. You got to make the play there, right there. Broke, contain, big run, big run.
I tell you, things like this happen when the defense is gassed. Those guys are out there, they're tired, they haven't played this many snaps, and then you get a long run like that. So guys got to get some subs in and get these guys ready to play.
It's a gain of 46, brings Tennessee into the red zone. Donaldson running left. He almost gets through an arm tackle, brought down on the 6. So again, Tennessee is really running at will against this Rams front 7.
Last week, the Rams defense benefited off getting turnovers. They didn't have many of these situations last week. Right now, they have to come to a stop right here, shut them down, only giving up a field goal or get a turnover right now. You want to show that you can do that, because to play championship football, these are the kind of things you need to do. You know,
I said gassed earlier. No one really thinks this defense is gassed. It's still the first quarter, but they have been on the field for a while. And look at the rushing yards, 82 to nothing.
Number 54, offense. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
All right, so Tennessee backs up on the false start, 82 to nothing, guys, after that 46-yard run. Those are your rushing totals, Titans to Rams.
And we said it, coming out, this is what Tennessee does. They're a physical football team. They run the ball downhill, 2 backs, 2 tight ends. The Rams have to get better run fits and get penetration into the backfield and win the line of scrimmage.
Second down, backed up on the 11. Can get a first down without getting into the end zone. Harper will take the handoff, and he will run right, shove back. They're going to give him forward progress to the 6. Niall Diggs among those that started the charge. It's going to be third and around 3. What do you see here, Armando?
Like I said, like Marshall said, last week they played against the Colts, who was more of a finesse team. This Titans offensive line will come out, hit you in the mouth, so the Rams got to really tighten up, get in their fits, and make some tackles.
This is a big opportunity right here. Big opportunity right here.
Third and short. Let's see what they got.
Third and 4, and Hasselbeck out of the shotgun. It's Harper on the draw. Then he's not going to get it. Backed up, loss of 2. Fourth down coming up.
You saw right there, there's great penetration on this play. If you're going to stop a team that like running the football, look at the penetration on the left side of the line. The defensive line did a great job at getting penetration. Anytime that you get penetration, you're going to stop a run play. A back has to make a decision, and if he doesn't get upfield, he's going to lose yards. Great job there by the Rams defensive line.
Beg your pardon, the safety, Darian Stewart, fighting for a starting job up there, and the first guy to get to Harper. Rob Baronis now, 25-yard field goal try is up, and it is good. So Tennessee extends its lead to 13-7. You know, guys, I guess you could say it's encouraging that the Rams defense is able to hold strong there and hold Tennessee to only a couple of field goals. At the same time, though, they're giving up big chunks of yardage to put the Titans into the red zone and give them prime scoring opportunities. The math doesn't work if you keep doing it.
No, that's right. Eventually, you're going to that bend and bend. Eventually, you will break. But what I like right now, what I see, Andrew, is you give up a big run. Most of the times, you're defeated when you give up a big run. They held them to 3 and out, forced the field goal. Those are the kind of things that you need to do. I like what I see from them. They've been on the field a lot. I mean, pretty much the whole first quarter. This defense has been tested. You don't have your legs underneath you in week 2 of the preseason to sustain playing this much in the first quarter of a preseason game.
Hey everybody, enjoy lunch with your favorite Rams players and coaches at the Kickoff for Charity Luncheon benefiting the United Way and presented by Edward Jones and Charter. That's August 25th. For tickets, all you have to do is call 314-RAMS-TICKS. I was going to save this for the second half, Marshall, but talking about the preseason before we were talking before. As a starter, the preseason wears on you. You want to get your work in, you want to play well, but I'm seeing you making faces listen, now. You know it's still the preseason.
Orlando, no. Listen, I hate preseason. I just did not like playing preseason. Man, it was so hard to get up to play a game that you know didn't have much of a meaning. And we played to win.
And Marty Gilliard certainly playing to win and fighting for a spot on this team. Carries it out to the 16-yard line. That's pretty consistent where we've seen a lot of these returns, 16, 17-yard line. You know, Bill Belichick, guys, head coach of the Patriots, made some noise this week when he suggested the league wants to do away with kickoffs. They say it's not doing away with kickoffs. It's simply a safety thing. But it certainly changed the way we've seen the game here these first 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think one thing you'll see in the preseason are teams coming out 8 yards deep in the end zone and just seeing what they can do and see how far they can get that ball in the preseason.
You know, some teams want to work on their coverage. They might kick it short. That has not been the case here as Steven Jackson gets hit maybe 2-3 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. His first action preseason, we'll call it a gain of 3. Not a lot of room there for Rams running backs. It's a revamped line this week. Hank Fraley starting at left guard, though that one went right as Jacob Bell takes a seat. They're running behind Harvey Dahl there on the right side, who's really, and we saw it last week, guys, brought a new level of toughness to that offensive line.
No, let's call it nasty.
Nasty.
That's what I like.
Yes.
Nasty.
How about mean?
I like nasty offensive linemen who loves getting after the opponent.
Steven said that Harvey Dahl could extend his career. Said forget about Norwood and Cadillac, although they're nice weapons to have. As Bradford stands in the pocket, play fake, he will throw it over the middle. Jackson with the catch, not enough for the first down. Hit immediately after he brought it in. Maybe call it a gain of 4. He said, though, that the new weapons are nice, but it's Harvey Dahl who will extend his career. Marshall, you're smiling.
Dahl reminds me of Adam Timmerman. That's the mindset. Adam would smile at you and he would be nice, but you get him in between those lines and you were on the other side of the line of scrimmage and he was going to get after you. I see the same thing in Dahl.
Told Sam last Friday that Dahl was once ranked number 8 in the NFL in terms of dirtiest players in the league. He said, well, let's try to get him to number 1.
I like that.
3rd and 3 as time winds down here in the first quarter. Under 30 seconds to go. Amendola in motion. Sam looks that way, throws that way. Amendola makes the catch. He is hit hard, but he has a first down. Cortland Finnegan with the tackle, but it's enough to move the chains.
That's what you want right there. You're helping your defense out. You get a first down, those guys get the rest. They've done a great job. Let's see this offense start moving the ball down the field. They got the big play first drive. Let's see them start to move the ball down the field, get that offense working the way it worked last week against Indianapolis.
And we'll see if they get that going in the second. Danny Amendola led the NFL last year in all-purpose yardage. Moves the chains here as we switch sides. Rams, the Edward Jones Dome, St. Louis, Missouri. I'm Andrew Siciliano. I have the Hall of Famer Marshall Faulk with me. Rams legend Orlando Pace as well. Maurice Drummond down to the sideline. We'll check in with Maurice coming up in a bit. Titans on top of the Rams, guys, 13-7 as the Rams start the second quarter and do so with the football on their own 28-yard line. 1st and 10 with Steven Jackson and Sam Bradford still in the game at running back and quarterback. And now the Rams come out with a 3 tight end look, and they're going to run behind those tight ends. Jackson through the line on the left side, down to the 30, maybe 2 yards, but again, not much running room for Jackson or anyone else for that matter for the Rams.
This is a tough, stout defense. Their front 7 is the kind of defense that you want to practice your running game against. You get to find out what kind of running game you're going to have. The offensive line, they got to do a better job at winning the line of scrimmage. But I do see a rhythm. I see a rhythm with this team. I see a rhythm with the Rams right now.
It's a rhythm that gives him right now a 2nd and 8, and again it's Jackson this time running right. This time getting to the 35-yard. We'd like to welcome, oh, by the way, all the affiliates who are watching tonight's game and broadcasting tonight's game with the Rams Broadcasting Network. This year, we have more affiliates than ever for our Rams preseason games. Fans from Missouri, Illinois, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Indiana, watching their beloved Rams. And we thank all of those affiliates and all of those fans for watching with us in the preseason here in 2011 as the Rams try to build off a 7-9 from a year ago, coming just one game short of the postseason. It's 3rd and short here, call it 3rd and 3, and Bradford's going to work out of the shotgun now. He has 5 wide receivers. Bradford throws, caught. That's the rookie Lance Kendricks. Had a big game last week, 5 catches at his first NFL touchdown. Granted preseason, this one's to the 44, but there's a flag in the offensive backfield. Which often means hold.
in the backfield.
In the backfield, yeah.
Pretty much that's it, unless someone roughed the quarterback in some way. But that look that we just saw, that they're spreading the field more. They want to get a sense of their empty protections. Sam Bradford.
Hands to the face, number 98 on the defense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
98, Dave Ball with hands to the face. Defensive lineman out of UCLA.
There is another call.
There is another call in the backfield. And the Rams get the first down, and they will get a deuce set it out. Marshall, back to what you were saying there. 5 wide, including a tight end lined up.
They want to spread it out. They want Sam Bradford to designate where he want the protection to go. And that's what I like. I asked Sam yesterday in the meeting. I said, Sam, what makes you uncomfortable in this offense? He said, well,
After the 9-yard
the spread. I haven't ran much spread offense where I'm calling their protections and telling people where to go. He's doing a great job. They've run it twice. They've had 2 completions thus far. I want to see them get into that more so, because I believe if you give Sam Bradford the freedom to what we see a Tom Brady do, direct your lineman where you want to go. Now he's smart enough to pick teams apart. I like what he did right there, going to Kendricks.
Walt Coleman's the referee. They're huddling on the far sideline near the Tennessee bench after the illegal hands to the face on Dave Ball, Tennessee defensive lineman.
Illegal use of the hands on the defense is a 5-yard penalty. They will decline the penalty. First down.
So they'll take the Kendricks catch, Steve Spagnuolo will, and the Rams will take the yardage on that completion and get their first down. You know, talking about it last week and just expanding more on the whole difference between the West Coast system, which was run last year under Pat Shurmur, and Josh McDaniel's spread system. Under the West Coast system, and you guys certainly know more than I do, it's a more traditional, the offensive lineman, the center, calls out the protection. This year now, Sam walks to the line with Josh McDaniels calling the plays, and he's calling out the protections. He said he liked it. He said he likes the extra responsibility, and he likes the fact that it, in his words, doesn't make the lineman have to think. Sorry, Orlando. As Bradford will hand to Jackson, and again, not much room. Hank Fraley pushed back into the backfield, and Bradford, or rather Jackson, tripped up, no gain. Will Witherspoon, former Ram back there.
Rams offensive line really has to create a new line of scrimmage. It seems like Tennessee are just pushing them back, getting penetration and stopping Steven Jackson. So those guys are going to have to really nut up and get ready to, get low and dig in.
You saw Witherspoon there with the tackle. 4 years with the Rams, the 07 MVP, part of the trade with Philadelphia that eventually brought the Rams Damon Gibson manning the middle tonight with Barrett Ruud out. 2nd and 10. Bradford this time from under center. Play fake, and he's under pressure. Flushed out to the left. Sam will throw across his body, incomplete. That man we mentioned, Gibson, at the 40, the intended receiver.
Pass for Gibson, incomplete.
I watched this. They are getting a great jump. I don't know if Sam's using the same cadence every time, but I'm starting to watch the defensive line for the Tennessee Titans, and they are getting a great jump on every play that the Rams run.
Bradford threw that one where either Gibson was going to catch it or nobody would get it. Werner had the coverage. In essence, he threw it away, and now a 3rd and 10. Rams have converted 2 of their 3 third down tries today. Bradford out of the shotgun, and he has 4 lined up wide. Play clock at 0. That's a delay of game. They're going to back up 5.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
We had a clean first half last week, gentlemen. Believe it or not, there was not a single penalty called on either team, Spagnuolo's Rams or Jim Caldwell's Colts in the first half. Second half kind of got ugly. This, though, looks a little more like a preseason game.
Now, that's the disadvantage of having your quarterback call the play and then come out and deal with the protection. When the clock's running down, when the linemen handle it, they understand what's going on.
Tennessee showing blitz. Finnegan, the corner, does blitz. Bradford brought down, sacked. Not going anywhere. It's Will Witherspoon, the former Ram, with the sack, and the Rams are forced to punt. They brought the house, guys. Couldn't pick them all up.
Yeah, they brought one too many. I mean, they tried to pass it off. You saw right there, Sappho tried to come off, but he was just a little bit too late when Witherspoon got in there. Sam got down. He did the smart thing, understanding it's preseason. Save yourself.
Middle linebacker and the corner blitzing off the edge there. Too many bodies, and Bradford is sacked, and Donnie Jones is now in the punt. He stands on the 15, clean snap, and he gets it away. Left-footed punter to Mark Mariani, stands at the 25. He doesn't take a fair catch. He takes a hit, and he goes down on the 25. Marty Gilliard down there on the tackle, and a flag as well.
What a great special teams play. That was just a great play. Those are those game-changing plays. Mariani did a great job at holding on to the football.
Let's see what the flag is again. Walt Coleman and his crew huddling, actually back near the line of scrimmage where the flag is.
There's no foul on the play. The play was over when the foul occurred.
All right.
First down.
No flag. Marty Gilliard, big tackle there. Special teams flying around, but the Rams offense has hit a speed bump. Trailing 13-7, Titans on top of the Rams. Second quarter at the Edward Jones Dome. Hey, St. Louis fans, beginning Monday, September 12th at 6:30. Catch Rams hits and highlights with Rams Weekly on Fox 2, and this Monday at 6:30 as well. Get the latest entertainment news with Access Hollywood weeknights on Fox 2. 12:10 remaining in the second quarter. That's still Hasselbeck, and he's throwing deep left side and incomplete. They went long, intended receiver there, Lavelle Hawkins, Darian Stewart among others there with the cover. Let's go down to the sideline. Maurice Drummond has an injury report. What do you got, Maurice?
Andrew, there looked like there may have been some concern with Chris Long and a foot, but looks like they've wrapped that foot in ice. He's going to take the rest of the night off. Chris Long is done for the evening.
All right, Maurice, thank you. Don't want to hear about an injury, certainly, but we knew that the D-line was only going to get about 15 to 20 snaps if anyone was on a pitch count. The D-line probably had the smallest pitch count, as you see. The ice bag on the right foot of the new number 91. Tennessee's going to keep it on the ground. Get a couple of yards over the left side. That's Jamie Harper. Quentin Michael up with the tackle. Last thing you want to see, guys, an ice bag on anyone's foot or knee for that matter.
Yeah, you don't want that in the preseason. You want to get through the preseason healthy, especially your pass rusher, your number one guy, and Chris Long.
Rams were, for the most part, relatively healthy last week, other than the groin injury to Sims Walker. They got out of it unscathed. Here on third down, a big hit after the completion to the 31-yard line. It's the tight end, Jared Cook, but he got drilled by the guy you talked about earlier, Marshall, Al Harris.
This play used to be a big hit. Now with the new rules, you see Al making a nice form tackle. Back in the day, that player would have gotten blown up. Ball would have probably went in the air, but Al made a great tackle up high, corralled him, waited for the rest of the defense to come. Boy, what a great play to get off the field and get the ball back to Sam Bradford and the offense.
You said the form tackle, meaning you keep the helmet up, you don't leave with the helmet, you wrap that guy up, and you don't try any funny stuff. Here's Gilliard back to return. Marty will take it and get drilled. No fair catch. He'll get hit hard on the 28-yard line. It's Tommy Campbell on the tackle. 41-yard punt. No return. 13-7. Rams trail here. For the first time of the preseason, the Rams are trailing 13-7 here at the Edward Jones Dome. Cadillac Williams, for the first time today, is on the field, and he looked good last week, guys, in his Rams debut. He had 11 carries, he had 40 yards, he had a touchdown in his 7th season, former 5th overall pick back in 05. He has fought through some knee injuries. He's not the same back he used to be. Doesn't have the speed, more of a power guy now, but a welcome addition to that Rams backfield. As Bradford again is brought down. He gets it away before the sack. It's going to go as an incompletion. Bradford's been under pressure. This time it was Egbo back there, Penel Egbo, who got to him.
It's really a cover shack. I felt like the offensive line did a pretty good job. Sam went through all of his progressions. And just was nothing there, and then he came off and made a hit on the quarterback. But I think the offensive line did a pretty good job. Sam went through his progressions, and nothing was there.
That's one of those balls that you have to throw it away at some point in time.
2nd and 10, 10:35 remaining in the second. This one tipped to the line. Intended receiver Danny Amendola. Dave Balbo got a hand on it and knocked it down. So quickly, it's 3rd and long as 2 plays go nowhere for this offense.
Big test for the offensive line here. 3rd and long. Everybody in the building know you're going to pass the ball. Let's see what this offensive line can do.
After the 83-yard touchdown pass to open the game, Bradford of the Rams offense cooled down a bit. Sam 5 for 11. Trailing 13-7. Working out of the shotgun here. 3rd and 10.
Let's go, Maggie.
Bradford steps up. Dunn. Caught over the middle. 1st down. Mike Sims Walker breaks a tackle across midfield to the 46. He had 2 chances earlier. One tipped the ball for an INT. Another one fell coming out of a break. This time, Sims Walker comes through for 26.
Just take a look at when he come out of the break this time. His head is going to snap around. He makes himself available, and Sam does a great job. Does a great job of delivering the ball. Watch the head come around. The ball's coming. He understands the ball is coming to him. He knows what the coverage is, and that route is going to be open. Great job by Mike Sims Walker.
Mike Sims Walker the last couple of years as Cadillac Williams runs over the middle. Mike Sims Walker the last 2 seasons, 14 touchdowns for the Jaguars. In comparison, guys, let's take a big name like Chad Ochocinco. He had 13 touchdowns. So the Rams certainly feel they got a good value. In a 1-year contract for Mike Sims Walker, a guy that produced big time the last couple of years at Jacksonville. Certainly had some injury concerns, but he is starting at the X. He could play all 3 wide receiver positions in this offense, and he's going to be a valuable weapon. That time he got the 1st down.
And that's impressive, learning all 3 positions. Man, that's impressive for a 6'4", 215-pound guy.
Especially in this offense. The dump off of Cadillac, and that's going to go nowhere. Trying to set up the screen. Hank Fraley, though, couldn't contain, and it's going to be a loss of, let's say, 3 in the backfield. And now some pushing and shoving. Down on the 36-yard line, Amendola and Gibson involved as this thing gets a little chippy.
And that's one thing in talking to Josh McDaniels this week. He really wants to work on the screen game in the preseason and against some live bullets. And they tried it right there, just got stuffed out. But that's in the preseason where you really want to work on that screen game, get guys open. You got live bullets out there, so we'll see how it works for the rest of the night.
Screen didn't work there. It's a loss. Back to the 49. It'll bring up another 3rd and long, 3rd and 13. Cadillac's in the backfield alongside Bradford. Rams 3 for 5, converting 3rd down. Again, the blitz. And again, Bradford's going to be brought down to the 45. Tennessee's blitzing on 3rd down, bringing the corners. It's Cortland Finnegan. Bradford couldn't get it away.
Take a look at this. Cortland Finnegan is just going to come. They run a nice X stunt. You see Cadillac pick up Will Witherspoon. Cortland Finnegan just came scot-free. That's one of Sam Bradford's guys. This is why you see them running a spread. They're going 4 wide, 3 wides, 1 back, 1 tight end. They're spreading it open. Sam Bradford, he needs the looks because this is going to be a huge part of this offense.
Donnie Jones under pressure, but he gets it away. He gets knocked down. There's a flag. Mark Mariani takes the fair catch on the 20, but Michael Griffin knocked down Donnie Jones. There's a flag down back on the 34.
This is always a scary thing when you have a punter like Donnie Jones of that caliber. You never want to see a guy come down underneath his plant foot when he's trying to land.
Rams offense started to walk back on the field. See what Walt Coleman calls. It was 3rd and 13 before the sack, so 4th and long. Griffin got underneath as Jones got it away. As we look at the replay, Coleman is shouting over to Steve Spagnuolo.
Running in the kicker, number 52 of the receiving team. That penalty's declined. First down.
So Rams don't get it back. It's running into the kicker. What do you think, guys?
I'm a homer. I'm a homer. I'm a homer. I want my 15 yards in the first down.
Rams don't get the ball. They give up the ball. Rams trailing second quarter. Edward Jones Dome 13-7 to the Titans. Hey guys, get together a group of your closest friends or co-workers and come and enjoy the NFL experience at a Rams game. Call 314-RAMS-TICKS or go online, stlouisrams.com. Tennessee will work from just shy of its own 20-yard line. Still Matt Hasselbeck. Play fake and a rollout. He'll throw downfield, and that's a catch. The tight end, Jared Cook. First down for Tennessee out to the 45. Stewart has the tackle on the gain of 25.
You've got to do a better job if you're the line and you're the linebackers that identified when it's run and when they're running boot. Right there, they're running the football effectively. That's why any naked or any boot, it's going to work. Stop the run, and then those type of plays won't work as well.
Jamie Harper in the backfield. Hasselbeck, good numbers, 5 of 6 for 67 yards. And he's back to throw again. He will load up and throw deep. He wants Hawkins, miscommunication. He threw to the outside. Hawkins ran to the inside. Bradley Fletcher down there with the coverage brings up second down.
I like the coverage by Bradley Fletcher right now. Identify the receiver, run with your guy. Don't look up for the ball and get caught up with the ball in the lights, and the receiver makes an adjustment and catches the football on it.
7:14 remaining here in the second quarter. Rams trail 13-7. Marshall Faulk, the Hall of Famer. Orlando Pace, Maurice Drummond, and Andrew Siciliano. Tennessee approaching midfield with Hawkins in motion. The handoff is to Harper. He has a big hole midfield. 45, 40. Quentin Michael along for the ride to bring him down after another first down run for Jamie Harper. This one, Orlando, 15.
Yeah, they're gashing them pretty good right here. It seems like it's a missed assignment. Somebody didn't fill their gap and got washed down. They're being really physical with this Rams defensive line. They have to get up in their run fits and make the play.
10 carries, 84 yards for Jamie Harper, the kid out of Clemson. Hasselbeck, guns left. Intended receiver Stevens. Who came down with it? They're going to say Stevens had it. They're going to say he brought it down on the 38-yard line. Short gain. Let's take a listen to the veteran, James Hall, on the Rams improving their team defense.
We were solid last year, but that wasn't good enough, obviously. We have to be great, and that's what we're working on right now. All the good things that we did last year weren't good enough. We have to do more. I think each guy has to demand more of themselves, this upcoming season for us to reach our goals.
Hall found the fountain of youth last year. Here's a catch. Damian Williams near the first down marker. Williams, the second-year player out of USC. It's C.J. Ayu who dropped into coverage, who made the tackle. And Matt Hasselbeck's down, guys, at the 45. 5:45 remaining in the second, and that's the last thing Tennessee needed to see. As Hasselbeck, after the completion to Williams, he got hit low.
Oh, man.
Brady Papinga hit him low.
You see the hit on the back of the head?
His head hit the turf as well as Brady Papinga rolled into him. We will check in on Matt Hasselbeck and his status. 13-7 at the end. 13-7, Rams trailing here, second quarter. As the fans stand and applaud, Marshall Faulk standing to my right, or sitting to my right, I beg your pardon, in our booth at the Edward Jones Dome. Put him on the Jumbotron and got the much-deserved Hall of Fame round of applause. Jake Locker in a quarterback after the Hasselbeck injury. We'll show that to you after this play. 3rd and 3 as Harper is the tailback behind the rookie out of Washington. First-round pick, rolls out to the right. He will throw deep, wants his tight end, and it's caught inside the 10. It's Jared Cook. It's a 1st and goal for the Titans. They're going to give him the catch on the 5-yard line.
This is a nice design play, rolling him out. The corner has to sink back a little bit. Ron Bartell gets caught chasing. Let's see if that's a catch.
Let's see. 1, 2. Did he control when he went to the turf? Can't see from that angle. He got the feet down. Tennessee runs up to the line and they run a play, so it's a moot point now. Harper running left, cutback, not going to get much. Chamberlain in there on the pile on the 5 to push him back, no gain. You think it was a catch or not? Couldn't see the ball.
We could not. And they did a good job at getting to the line of scrimmage quick enough to where coach couldn't hear from the replay booth whether he could throw the flag. But that wrap back play, it's giving this defense trouble because they're stuffing it to the front side, but the cutback keeps happening and the backside contained. They have to be there.
2nd and goal, play fake, and again a rollout. Locker throws, end zone, knocked away, incomplete.
Marshall, do you think the linebackers are just over pursuing? That's why they're getting that cutback on that rollout play.
Well, the front side is getting penetration, and in the backside they're not staying level. This is pretty much the same play you see, but they decided to boot it. Whoa, Quentin Michael, he had another interception right there.
Yeah, he should have had that one.
Hawkins, the intended receiver, running across the back of the end zone. Michael knocked it away, and it brings up a 3rd and goal from the 5.
This is always a tough place for a young quarterback to make decisions because everything happens fast. I look for the Rams defense to take advantage of this opportunity right here.
Locker will throw, fade right, wants Williams, incomplete. Fletcher on the coverage, 4th down.
Do they call offensive pass interference in this league? I know I played offense, and I'm sure I interfered with a lot of guys, but I saw a lot of jersey being grabbed out there by Hawkins. Great job by Hawkins playing defense. Fletcher did a great job at boxing him out and trying to get to the football.
Either way, the Rams will take it. So Rob Baronis comes on for a 23-yard try. He is 2 for 2 already on the day. Career long of 60, which is what Josh Brown did last week, but Brown did it in a preseason game. Baronis has done it in the regular season. And he kicks a short one here again to extend the lead to 16-7 with 4:14 remaining in the 2nd quarter.
If you take anything away from this first half, the Rams' red zone defense, they've been pretty stout. They've done a good job at, although they give up the big play, they stop it right there and hold them to a field goal. Those are the things you want your defense to do. You can give up chunks, but don't give up the touchdowns.
Let's get an injury update down to the sideline. Maurice Drummond with more on Matt Hasselbeck.
Yeah, guys, I just checked in with the Titans injury doctors, and they said that Matt Hasselbeck got the wind knocked out of him. He should be fine. Matt Hasselbeck had the wind knocked out of him. He should be okay.
But his day is certainly done. Thank you, Maurice. 5 for 6 for Hasselbeck. It looked like, guys, it was his head more than his legs. Brady Papinga rolled into him, and his helmet hit the turf. But, hey, you know, regardless of what kind of field surface you have down there, whether it be grass or field turf or whatever, when the back of your head hits the turf,
it's not good.
No, yeah. It's not good.
We played many of games on that field. It's pretty hard, especially when your head hits the turf.
4 unanswered scores here for Tennessee. Back to return for the Rams, oh, by the way, is our new guy, number 30, Chase Reynolds, a running back out of Montana. Rams signed him Wednesday, career touchdown leader at Montana. And this is his first look as a Ram from 1 yard deep to 10 to 15. Has a little bit of room. Flag is down. 29-yard line for Chase Reynolds. He had 6 carries last week for the Seahawks. Seattle cut him. Rams picked him up Wednesday, and he's seeing action 3 days later. Mark Mariani with the tackle.
Holding number 69 of the return team. 10-yard penalty. First down.
So it's holding. Demario Ambrose called for the hold, and the Rams will back up with a short field. Hey, schools can host a Back to Football Friday event on September 9th and win a $10,000 grant and a visit from a Rams player. For more information, please go to stlouisrams.com/community for more information. Bradford is still in there for the Rams. Looks like he will play the whole first half. 4:08 remaining in the 2nd quarter. Cadillac Williams is his running back. Steven Jackson done for the day. It's Cadillac on the carry. As a whole right side. Takes the man for a ride. And he gets 8 yards down to the 20. We have our first email, guys. You can email the booth by going to stlouisrams.com. This one is from Jim in California. Any chance, Marshall, that you will get into coaching? Marshall, coaching, what do you say?
Not right now. I'm enjoying broadcasting. I love this comfortable chair that I get to sit in, and my wins and loss record is pretty good, and each week I get a new one. But I enjoy being around the game. I enjoy doing this kind of stuff. Coaching, I don't know. They put in some hours.
Coaching is work.
They put in hours. The hours that they put in is amazing. I don't know if I have the time to do that.
I'd rather stand up here for 3.5 hours. Orlando, you want to coach?
No, I'm done. I'm like Marshall. The hours that they put in, me and Marshall were around some workaholics, and those guys put in some real hours here at the Rams. So, no, I don't think it's coaching.
Andrew,
for me.
Coaches meet about when they're going to meet.
And they meet about giving the ball to Cadillac Williams. He has 3 straight carries. This one for a first down. Babineau with the tackle. New set of downs for the Rams.
This is what I like about Cadillac. His downhill approach to running. Understands the blocking scheme. Gets downhill. For a guy that's 5'11", 204 pounds, he runs big. I mean, he runs big. He gets behind his pads. And those yardage, those second effort yardage, he gets a lot of those.
Rookie of the year, Cadillac was back in 05. As mentioned before, a couple of knee injuries. He, however, is a battler, a gamer, and he has rebounded from a couple of what looked like truly devastating knee injuries to continue a career and still be a very, very effective player. Now in his second game with the Rams, along with Jarius Norwood, giving a new look to that Rams backfield. We are at the 2-minute warning. Rams trail with 2 to go in the second quarter, 16-7. See what Sam Bradford can do with a little 2-minute drill. Rams trail 16-7, 2-minute warning, second quarter. It's about giving back to the community. Guys like that, as Chris Long goes.
You know, it's our civic responsibility, and to come to St. Louis and not just act like we're kind of renting St. Louis out. We live here. We're a part of this community. We're committed to this city, and just to be a little part of that is something I think that falls under our job description.
As Chris Long was talking, Sam Bradford was getting drilled blindside by Cortland Finnegan. He threw a completion to Donnie Avery for about 5 yards, but Bradford got just leveled there by the blitzing corner.
Sam is going to learn quick that in the spread, you got to get the ball out of your hands a lot quicker. This ball got to come out because the pressure is coming. Every time they line up in spread formation, Tennessee has decided to bring pressure.
Rams will let the clock run. 3rd and 5. It's coming up on 1:20 remaining. They have all 3 timeouts left, yet to use one. Here's Bradford looking right, hit low as he throws. Amendola incomplete, but Bradford's down to the 25. He got hit low, but he's getting up.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah.
Wow.
You hate to see that. You hate to see your quarterback go down, your franchise go down like that, but he bounced up and looked like he's jogging off to the sideline.
That's the Tom Brady. That's been a flag in this league ever since Tom Brady went down.
And it should have been. William Hayes got away with one.
I don't know why a flag was not thrown there.
Should have been thrown. Bradford slow to get up, gave us all pause, but he walks under his own power over to the bench, and he will sit down. As the punt team is on, Donnie Jones milks the play clock and gets it away. Mariani retreats to his left and fields on the 14. He has room. Running right, brought down quickly. Chris Chamberlain, special teams demon, after the 53-yard punt, 1-yard loss. 1:05 left here for the Titans and rookie Jake Locker, and all 3 timeouts. But all eyes on the Rams quarterback, a rookie last year, Cadillac Williams, talking things over. He's 8 of 14, 138, touchdown on his first throw of the game, and an INT as well. I'm guessing, guys, his day is done.
Oh, yes. After everybody was just holding their breath, including me, when that happened. I've been there in preseason before.
You remember it well. Unfortunately, with Trent Green and 99, Kurt Warner stepped in, and the rest, as they say, is history. That's Justin King up on the tackle on the run by Donaldson. So Tennessee not calling a timeout, milking the clock, gain of 3, clock now under a minute. And guys, no one likes to evoke the Trent Green, Kurt Warner thing, but we all hold our breath there. Thankfully, Sam got up. And thankfully, I think we all agree, his day is done. Flags here in motion. Tennessee's going to back up 5.
Yeah, let's get them pads off of Sam, put a set of headphones on him. Good work.
Good work. Thank you. Your work here is done. Walt Coleman, however, his work is not done. 41 ticks remaining. Ball is on the 17, as mentioned. Each team with 3 timeouts, but neither team seems inclined to use them. A lot of officiating conferences early after such a cleanly played first half last week. Walt?
False start, number 73, offense, 5-yard penalty. Also, with the clock running, false start inside a minute is a 10-second runoff. Please reset the clock to 31 seconds.
All right, so Jake Scott called for motion, and you heard the 10-second runoff under a minute here. So the clock now reads 31, and it's a very long field, 88 yards to go for Jake Locker, but he will work out of the shotgun. 5 penalties between these two teams. It's a draw play and a run. So Tennessee seems inclined to run the clock down as we are under 20 to go. Rams trailing 16-7. Josh Hull there on the tackle. The rookie Jermail Hines out of Ohio State. Rookie safety drafted this year also up there. And that's it. Team's going to walk off. Jake Locker mopping up for Matt Hasselbeck, who was injured, heads to the locker room leading as Sam Bradford done for the day in all likelihood. Threw a long touchdown early, 83 yards, but heads to the locker room trailing. Coming up, we'll head down to the sideline. Maurice Drummond with halftime festivity. Rams strike early, but trail at the half, 16-7 to the Titans. Trailing at the half to the Tennessee Titans, 16-7. Down to the sideline, Steve Spagnuolo with Maurice Drummond.
All right, thanks a lot here with the head coach, Steve Spagnuolo. Coach, you really got to charge out his crowd early. Bradford to Gibson on the bomb.
Yeah, that play was good. Unfortunately, everything after that wasn't very good, but it was good to see us start out that way.
Defensively, tough night with the run defense. You're concerned, your level of concern with the run defense.
Yeah, disappointed in the run defense. We don't like it when a back can cut back on us and go 60, whatever, how many yards he went. We got to get that ironed out. I'm expecting them to come out better, play better run defense.
Final question for you. When you talk about the separation between the linebackers and receivers, crowded group, how much separation would you like to see tonight among those groups?
Well, somebody's got to step up because at some point we have to make a decision and come up with 53 guys. So we got 30 more minutes here for guys to do some things, and when we get to take a look at the tape next week, we'll make those decisions.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Maurice.
Okay. All right, guys, we'll send it back up to you.
All right, guys, thank you. Gentlemen, the third preseason game next week in Kansas City is always the dress rehearsal, the official dress rehearsal. If you read between the lines there, really not even read between the lines, what Coach said is we have jobs on the line here in the second half.
And that's what it's all about. These guys, linebackers, receivers, step out. Don't make the coaches have to make a decision based on what they see. Show them that you want to be a part of this team.
Mark Mariani will take a knee 8 yards deep in the end zone, so Tennessee will start on its own 20. Time to check out the halftime stats. First half action brought to you by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. First in tires, first in auto service. 3 for 3 red zone there for the Titans. The rush yards huge, guys, 113-31.
Man, that's
yeah, that's pretty.
In the open, I talked about winning the line of scrimmage.
Right.
Offensively and defensively, the Rams need to do that in the second half.
Tennessee is winning the physical battle, the up front battle in the trenches, certainly so far tonight. Jake Locker is the quarterback. He'll hand to Herb Donaldson, and he's hitting right at the point of attack, not going to go very far. Josh Hull, among others, in there on the tackle. It's a gain of 2. How much of winning or losing the physical battle, guys, is attitude?
It's all attitude. Just being physical is about playing with the attitude. I'm going to beat this guy over me, and we're going to move this line of scrimmage offensively and defensively. And that was one of the concerns coming into this game defensively, because they haven't seen a two-back system like Tennessee.
Selvey, Muir, among others, now into the game on the defensive line. Second, third team in. Locker drops it, then picks it up, then throws incomplete. Intended receiver gear. Season tickets are on sale now. They're starting as low as $250. Call 314-RAMS-TICKS or go online. My favorite website, stlouisrams.com. See it live. Experience the Rams.
Andrew, we were talking about attitude. We know what kind of coach Steve Spagnuolo is. We know that. You could hear it in his voice, his disappointment. As a defensive head coach, the running game is your first order of business, and he knows that.
Locker out of the shotgun. Tennessee 3 of 7 on third down conversions. Has time. Now pressured. Now throws. Caught Mariani. He breaks a tackle. Tight ropes to the sideline and gets a first down. Justin King was there, but he couldn't wrap up, and Tennessee moves the chains.
It's just one of those plays. You got to get the guy down. You push him out of bounds. You do whatever you can to not allow him to get the first down.
Justin King is battling for that nickel spot, likely going to be his. Here's Locker, though, stepping up, and he was hit. He was hit from behind, but he was able to get that ball away as we're back to action, and Donaldson is hit near the line of scrimmage, brought down behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Eugene Sims, who had the pressure on the previous play against down.
Yeah, he had a chance to run for the first down, but he was patient. And he sat back, allowed the play to develop, see Mariani coming across the field, and threw for a first down.
2nd and 12 from the 35. Play action. Locker's got his tight end, Cameron Graham, but he falls down.
Yeah, and he had him. Cameron fell down. Now, he would have been wide open because it was a play action to the left. Did a good job of selling the run to the left. Comes out and had his tight end.
Fell down. He was turning around and he just fell down.
Yeah.
He's a rookie free agent signee out of Louisville. Was an all Big East player a year ago. Still trying to get noticed here. The Titans are 4 for 8 on third down, but here they face 3rd and long. They need 12. Locker facing a 3-man rush. Sets up a screen to Herb Donaldson. Donaldson breaks one tackle to the 45 and bowls his way forward for a first down. Eddie, I know you like that effort.
You know I do. You know I love running backs that pick up the hard, tough yards. And Donaldson from Western Illinois does a good job of picking up the first down off the screen. Good job of reading his blocks, breaking tackles, putting his head down, and picking up the first down.
That's 2-on-1, and Herb found a way to win it. St. Louis native, doing it in front of his friends and family. The Western Illinois Leatherneck. Play action again. Locker dumps off to Graham. He overthrows and it's intercepted. This one could be a pick six. Dropped at the 21-yard line. Locker comes up with the tackle, but the interception's made by Quentin Michael.
Locker definitely getting pressure from the front side. Just back, doesn't deliver a good ball because he couldn't get squared up. He's trying to make something happen. And that's, the lessons of a rookie. Overthrows because he couldn't get his feet set. He had the tight end wide open, so he's going to learn. But the good thing is that he makes the tackle.
That was James Butler with the interception. Darian Stewart was applying the pressure. So the Rams are 1st and 10 from the Titans' 21-yard line, and they've got a new quarterback in the game. It's A.J. Feely. More adversity for this Titans team to face to start the second half. Panel Egbo crashes inside for the tackle. Second time his name's come up tonight.
And that's not a bad thing for Jake Locker because he's going to throw a lot of interceptions. Now, I want to see, in this league you are, but I want to see how he's going to respond the next drive.
We've got an injured Ram on the play. It's Randall Hunt, a rookie from Illinois. And you're right, that won't be the last one that he throws.
But you hope he throws more touchdowns in there.
And you see he's already over there with Chris Palmer trying to figure out just what happened. His Titans still lead 16-7. This is the Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee Network.
Preseason football is being brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee, Arby's, Nissan, and the Tennessee Lottery.
2nd and 9 for the Rams, who trail the Titans 16-7. A.J. Feely looking for the end zone. His pass is in there, and it is caught and the Rams have got a touchdown. Donnie Avery, the fourth-year man from Houston, has made this a 3-point game.
And the coverage came from
that was Tommy Campbell.
Tommy Campbell. The project with Feely, the veteran in this league, does a good job putting the ball right where it needed to be. Not bad coverage by Campbell. It's a great throw and catch.
He's got to react to the ball, though.
He's got to react, but hey, the receiver had a couple steps on him, and he's long enough. He had his hands in front of him. A great concentration by the receiver, and a great throw by Feely.
A.J. Feely, a 10th-year veteran from Oregon. He's thrown a touchdown pass or two in this league. Brown's on for the PAT. It's up. And it is good. And just like that, we've got a 2-point game. It's what happens when you get 7s instead of 3s. Titans have dominated on the field, but the scoreboard is suddenly very close, 16-14. As we head to break, one more look as A.J. Feely putting points on the board. We're watching Titans football.
Great to see Donnie Avery not only back on the field, practice, or here at the Edward Jones Dome, but great to see him as well catching a touchdown. 51 weeks ago, blew out his knee. Week 3 of the preseason against New England, missed the entire season, battled back. In 09, he had a team-high 49 catches, and he's back. Good to see him. Simon Figures, 9 yards deep in the end zone. He will take a knee. You know, a lot of people, Marshall, wanted to see the Rams try to stretch the field, take a shot. They did that on the first play of the game, and they did it here.
Exactly, and this is what this offense missed last year. Donnie Avery's ability to stretch the field. At times last year, they didn't have this. With him in this offense, I'm sure Josh McDaniels is probably the happiest guy down there to know that his speedster, the guy that can stretch the field, just caught a touchdown, and he looks pretty healthy.
In Orlando, it's just about having weapons back there.
It is, and that touchdown right there for Donnie Avery, it gives him confidence that he can go out and play, and he still has his speed. So I'm happy for Donnie.
This is Donaldson finding room again, getting to the second level and picking up 8 yards on first down. Brady Papinga with the tackle. That's almost 9 yards on first down.
Illegal
flag on the
shift
foot.
on the offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
It's a legal formation, looks like, or legal shift, to beg your pardon, of the offense, while Coleman calls, so they back it in. 11:49 remaining in the third. Rams trail 16-14. That's Jake Locker, who has not looked that bad for Mike Munchak early on today. Came in when Hasselbeck banged his head against the turf in the second quarter. He's done for the day, and Jake Locker, we could see him well into the fourth quarter. Played significant time last week as well. He went 7 of 10 for 89 yards, played 5 series, and threw a touchdown. Tennessee goes right back to the ground game and almost gets back to the original line of scrimmage. For Rams fans watching in St. Louis, Simon Cowell, guys, the bad boy of Britain, brings a new music competition to Fox. He's looking for the star who has the X Factor, and the payoff is a $5 million recording contract. The X Factor premieres Wednesday, September 21st on Fox 2. We have an injury on the field as well. The Titan is down on the 20. Looks like Kevin Matthews. 11:18 remaining third quarter. We'll check in on Matthews. Injury timeout with the Rams. Here in the third, back to within 2. Rookie, first-round pick, 14th overall out of North Carolina on the field for the Rams. He had a quarterback hit. He had a tackle for a loss last week in the Week 1 victory, 33-10 over the Colts. Here, seeing some good third-quarter run as the Rams trail 16-14, but back to within 2 after the Donnie Avery touchdown from A.J. Feely. After the injury timeout, Tennessee now faces a 2nd and 12 from its own 18. Locker to throw. Over the middle. Donaldson the catch. Donaldson turns it upfield and gets to the 25. Guys, let's take a look at Robert Quinn a week ago. Mentioned the one tackle for loss, the one quarterback hit. It's a learning process, certainly, but he shows, at least early, why the Rams took him 14th overall.
Very active guy. I watched him play in college. And when you saw him play, very explosive player. I want to see when he stops thinking and understands and knows his assignments, and that talent can show on the field, because the Rams are going to need him.
So much of it is just learning to be comfortable and not having to think. As you say, Locker, throw, caught, first down. So Jake Locker again comes through on third down, and it's Cameron Graham, the rookie out of Louisville, to get a new set of downs. Darian Stewart there on the tackle. It's a gain of 13.
And when you look at this play, I mean, Locker, I don't know who he's throwing the ball to at first, but Stewart's there. Great coverage, just a better throw and a better catch.
Locker kind of threw it behind him, but Graham went up and pulled it down. Stewart right on his back, but Graham had good hands and got the first down, brought it to the 38 as we're now under 10 minutes remaining in the third. Rams trail by 2. Opening drive, third quarter for the Rams was an A.J. Feely touchdown movement, left side of the line. Motion, Tennessee's going to back up 5.
False start, number 68, offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Byron Stingley, flag for motion. All right, guys, give me, and it was different for both of you as high picks, but give me the third quarter attitude, if you will, of these guys on the field in the second preseason game.
Well, one thing, you just want to get in there, get some action. These guys didn't have OTAs or minicamp, so this is their first taste of action. And you just want to you're fired up that you're in there. If you're in the third quarter, you really just want to get in, get some snaps, get some good footage, and then try to make some plays.
Incompletion there for Donaldson. Justin King on the coverage. Marshall, you joked earlier that you hated the preseason, but really for these guys it's different because, as Orlando said, it's getting on tape. If you don't make the Rams, you want someone to notice you.
Jump out on film. You want to make an impact. You want to have an impact on this game in a positive way for your team. And if it's not the Rams and somebody needs a linebacker or somebody needs a receiver and you're one of the guys that's competing on this team for the Rams, you never know. They might want to keep you. They might see something in you and say, you know what, if we keep this guy on practice squad, we could maybe mold him into something. So if I'm out there right now, I want to make sure that my assignments are correct. I want to make sure that I'm competing, but I want to make plays, and I want to stand out.
Justin King's going to make this team. Tim Atchison, that guy 36, a rookie free agent. He is fighting for a spot as the Edward Jones dome gets loud on 3rd and 12. Locker dumps it off short. Not going to get it. Donaldson nowhere to go. Josh Hull fighting for a job at linebacker up there for the tackle. And it's punt time now for the Titans.
It's a good job by the defense right there, getting off the field, getting Locker and the Titans offense off the field.
Kern is back to punt as the clock winds down towards 8 minutes remaining in the third. Gilliard back to return for the Rams. He stands on the 10. Kern under pressure, but he gets it away cleanly. Gilliard goes to his right, goes back to the 6. Fields, he makes one move, gets to the sideline, cuts back to the inside across the 20, 22, 23-yard line is where A.J. Feely, likely in the Rams, will set up shop when we get back. Rams trail 16-14. Steve Spagnuolo, Josh McDaniels of the Rams have a touchdown here in the third quarter, but still trails 16-14 to the Edward Jones Dome. Gentlemen, did you know the Rams, and this is a good thing, were named the Outstanding Philanthropic Organization at AFP St. Louis's National Philanthropy Day in 2010, and a couple of reasons why. Rams in 2010 made 430 charitable appearances. That's from the players alone. The staff contributed over 2,200 hours of community service to local nonprofits through the team's Staff Day of Service program last year. The Rams doing great things in the St. Louis community. Jarius Norwood on now at running back after Steven Jackson and Cadillac Williams take a seat. Norwood gets 1 yard. He is that home run hitter, if you will, guys. He has the speed, the breakaway speed, 5.5 yards a carry in his 5 yards in Atlanta. And he will now run a pattern, but not the intended receiver. Donnie Avery is, and Feely throws low, incomplete on second down. Guys, here's what Norwood did last week. He put on some speed, certainly. When we spoke to Sam last week, his eyes lit up. We said, what do you think of Jarius Norwood? He said, wow, he's fast. And that's something this offense, Marshall, lacked last year.
Yes, they did. When Steven went out of the game and his ability to make plays, they didn't have another guy. This guy is a guy that can change He's a change of pace kind of guy. We saw what he did with Michael Turner in Atlanta, and he has that ability to make plays for this offense.
Here's Norwood, beg your pardon, on the screen, and he's not going to get much. Tennessee shuts it down. We wanted to see the screen game. Josh McDaniels said that. They tried to set it up on third down, but it doesn't get much, if anything. So it's punt time yet again for Donnie Jones. So 3 and out for the Rams after Feely's first possession ended with an Avery touchdown. Jones to punt. Yaman Figures back to return. He stands on the 29. 6:45 remaining. Clock moving here. Third quarter. Hall of Famer Marshall Faulk. Orlando Pace. Maurice Drummond. I'm Andrew Siciliano. Play clock winding down. Jones milking it. And the lefty gets it away. A spiraling kick. Figures takes it to 29. Makes a U-turn and goes nowhere. James Butler with some friends brings him down to the 25. A 44-yard punt. A loss of 5 on the return. Tennessee football, when we get back, leading the... Lots of smiles inside the Edward Jones Dome, but the Rams are trailing here 16-14 third quarter. When you think of football, I am guessing you think of fall weather, right? Well, St. Louis's weather authority, Dave Murray, brings you his long-range fall weather forecast. Catch it Thursday night, 9:30 on Fox 2. Weather coverage you can count on. Jake Locker back at quarterback, 25-yard line here for Tennessee. The rookie has seen significant action. The only quarterback since Matt Hasselbeck banged his head. That's Stephon Johnson. First-year player, was a rookie last year at a USC. Guys, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Stephon Johnson's story. I know the people at home likely are not. Zach Dials on the tackle there. He had a weightlifting accident his senior year at USC. Had the bar drop on his throat. Life-threatening situation. People said he would never play football again. Not only did he play football, he came in, looked like he was going to make the Titans last year, and then blew his knee out, missed his entire rookie season, and now he is back at it here. And talking about an inspiration, whether it's for young football players or anything for that matter. Stephon Johnson is that guy. He's going to watch as Locker throws complete to the left side. That's Mariani, gets around 9 yards. Flag is down. Well, they sort out the flag. Let's go down to the sideline. Maurice Drummond.
All right, Andrew, thanks a lot. Here with Brandon Gibson, the Rams wide receiver. And Brandon, what was it like to be able to catch one of the biggest plays we've seen in quite some time from Sam Bradford early on?
It was the first play of the game. I was excited for it, and Sam put it up there, and the line did their job, and from there it was 6.
You said last week that we hadn't seen anything yet for what you see in this playbook that Josh McDaniels has. Tell us about what we got.
We got a big playbook and a lot of explosive plays. That's all I can really say.
How frustrating was it last year knowing that at times this team just simply could not generate explosive plays?
I think we had the players. We just, I'm not really sure. I can't put a finger on it, but I think that'll all change.
All right, thanks a lot, Brandon.
Yep.
Brandon Gibson, send it back up to you guys.
All right, Maurice. All right, Brandon, thank you. A big playbook. I like that. What do you have? We have a big playbook, and certainly a diverse offense this year with Josh McDaniels in there calling plays. Coming up on 5 minutes remaining in the third. Justin King up there in the tackle. Going to bring up 3rd and 13. Let's see, guys, if this Rams defense can get off the field. Had some trouble today on 3rd and long.
This defensive line, they've been doing a much better job at getting penetration. Jake Locker, they've been moving him around, getting him out of the pocket, moving him off his spot. Let's see if they can apply some pressure and make the rookie make a mistake.
Titans 6 of 11 on 3rd down. Hit as he throws. Locker incomplete. Mariani near midfield. The Rams brought pressure, and Locker had to throw it away. Punt time.
Look at the pressure coming off coming right off tackle. Nice job at getting in Locker's face, making him throw the ball before he wanted to. He had Mariani. Mariani had the corner beat.
It's the rookie Jamel Hines, the safety out of Ohio State, the 5th round pick. Started his career as a linebacker. He's the one who brought the pressure there. Austin Pettis, speaking of rookies, he's back to return, the rookie out of Boise State, and he will not call a fair catch. He will get drilled. Flag is down. He gets drilled by Myron Roll. And he held on. Personal foul, gentlemen.
Man, that's hello rookie.
That's helmet to helmet.
That's called hello rookie.
Yeah.
Welcome to the NFL.
Yeah.
Right there.
Well, I mean, Marshall, you know, a rookie, you want to make the play.
Personal foul, hit to the defenseless receiver in the head. 15-yard penalty from the end of the play. First down.
Fair catch is always the safe thing to do, but, you know, you want to make a play. Sometimes not always the smart thing to do.
Austin Pettis is a physical receiver. He's a guy, watching him when he was at Boise, made a lot of catches in traffic. So I'm sure traffic doesn't bother him. I'm glad to see that he held on to the football. That's a trait that a lot of receivers do not display.
Pettis, 229 catches, 39 touchdowns, most in Boise State history. One of two rookies at wide receiver, two drafted rookies this year. Greg Salas being the other one out of Hawaii. Pettis looked good early in camp. Maybe leveled off a bit, Bradford said, but has certainly come on as of late. Likely going to make this team, certainly both rookies likely going to make this team a wide receiver. There's a logjam at wide receiver, but you want to keep the kids, especially those that you drafted. Play fake for Feely. It's a check down to Norwood. Across the 45, give him the 42-yard line before a gang tackle led by Rennie Curran. We mentioned earlier that you can email the booth. Go to stlouisrams.com and send us something. Here's one from Steve. How many receivers, gentlemen, do you think the Rams will keep on the roster? I mentioned the rookies. You have a lot of veterans, though. What do you think?
It all depends on how many of those guys can play special teams as well. And you see Pettis. I've seen him on punt team. I've seen him returning punts. That's what you want to see. You see Gilliard returning punts, playing on kickoff, playing on punt return.
And this is Denario Alexander, who was wide to the right. A quick hitter. Feely took a snap, turned right, gunned it to him. Flag on the play at the end of the run. Alexander has a first down at the Tennessee 25.
You got to be smart here. You got to be smart here. You get a big play. You don't want to be the guy to make a big play come back.
After the play was over, personal foul, late hit, number 70 on the offense. 15-yard penalty, 1st and 10.
That's Renardo Foster, third-year offensive lineman out of Louisville. Spagnuolo can't be happy. Orlando, what'd he do?
Well, they call holding. I think it was holding right there on Foster.
They called, it looked like a personal foul.
Yeah, personal foul? A late hit, chasing the play. You're chasing the play, catch a guy standing around the pile. Alexander had already been tackled, so wasn't no reason for him to get a shot in, but Lyman can't help himself.
Yeah. Of course not. Of course not. A gain of 15 negated Feely to throw, and he will throw deep. That is Avery again. Donnie Avery cannot hold on this time. Incomplete at the 2.
Good protection by the offensive line. Donnie Avery seemed like he hasn't missed a step with that knee from last year. He's getting up the field pretty good.
Picking on Tommy Campbell again, the rookie DB out of California in Pennsylvania, the guy he beat for the touchdown.
If you're a fan at home and you're watching this Rams team, you're saying, who is this squad? They've thrown the ball down the field.
That's a good thing.
In this game, a lot.
Something they really did not do last week, and something they didn't do last year. Somewhat limited by the weapons on the outside, on the perimeter, certainly after the injuries early to Avery, to Mark Clayton, who started so strongly and then went down to the knee injury of his own. They want to take more shots. They being the team, they being the fans, they being Sam Bradford, they being everybody. But again, guys, it is the preseason. You don't want to show everything. Gibson says we have a big playbook. You don't want to show all of the playbook.
I'm okay with showing when you have guys that can run by other guys.
That's good too.
That's a threat.
Yeah. 3rd and 8 here. Out of the shotgun, Norwood to his right. Feely throws, incomplete. Looks like it was knocked down. Looks like Curran, the linebacker, got a hand on it. Intended receiver, Fendi Onabet, the tight end.
Orlando, if you want to help your running game, throwing the ball downfield, even if the ball is not completed, will move the safeties back a little bit.
No question, no question. Keep them out of the box. Then you open up the running game for Steven Jackson, Cadillac Williams, and Norwood. And those guys have some huge holes running through the defense.
Just trust me. Teams are going to look at how many times that they've thrown the 9 route and how those balls are almost completed or the ones that were completed. And they're going to say, okay, we need to back up. We need to move our safeties back.
Motion, and somebody jumped. Michael Griffin, number 33, off the edge
start,
there.
number 52, offense, 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
Except it's going to be on the Rams. Jabara Williams, the rookie linebacker, moving early. Maybe on purpose to back it up, guys? What do you think? Maybe? Or maybe not. I'd throw it out there.
I don't know if you play a clean first half, you want any more penalties.
That's a good
last week, but it sounds good. How about that? How about that?
You know what? Why not?
Say that to coach. Hey, coach, I did that to give Donnie a little bit more room.
Exactly. As
to
a
pin him
rookie.
inside the 20.
As a rookie, I was thinking for the team. Donnie Jones tries to pin him, and he does. Let's see where they mark it. I think around the 8. No, I guess not. My angle not so good. The 13-yard line is where Tennessee will start things off.
Your theory worked.
Exactly.
He did it on purpose.
Exactly, Marshall.
He might make the team now.
He might. Parents win big with your kids this season when you sign them up for Rams Kids Club, the official fan club for young Rams fans. Kids are going to get exclusive events with select Ram players and cheerleaders, including an opportunity to be on the field on game day. StLouisRams.com. Go there for more information. Jabara Williams, in all likelihood, will make the team. 7th-round linebacker. He has really, really good athleticism. And the Rams have a lot of veterans at linebacker. Jabbar Williams certainly a guy you want to keep. Stephon Johnson, the tailback, and he has a big hole through the line. First down yardage. Jermel Hines brought him down. A solo tackle, but not until he got to, the 28-yard line. 16-yard gain.
Just take a look. The backside backer over pursued. The end doesn't close down the gap. He doesn't keep contained. And there you have it, Stephon Johnson. Down the hills to play, although it was supposed to go outside.
That's a good open field tackle as well. If Hines can't bring him down there, Johnson probably picking up 10, 15, maybe even more yardage there as he had a seam. It's Johnson again, not nearly as much room this time. To the 30, Daniel Muir, the free agent defensive tackle. Really a big run stuffer. He's in there in the middle of the pile, one of the likely 4 defensive tackles the Rams will keep. 5 career sacks, played the last 2 years with the Colts, along with Justin Bannon, one of the free agents who joined the team when free agency opened at defensive tackle, trying to shore up that run defense, try to shore up the middle of that Rams defense. 2nd and 8, time winding down 3rd quarter, coming up on a minute remaining. Locker from the 30. And he will back to throw. Williams with the pressure, and Locker will throw it up for grabs. That's Figures at midfield. It's incomplete. Locker did a heck of a job just getting that away. Again, the guy we mentioned, Jabara Williams, had the pressure and forced that throw. Another email to the booth, and you can email us at stlouisrams.com. From Glenn, how good do you think the corner position will be this year, guys?
I think it'll be pretty good. I think the addition of Al Harris, like we talked about before, he brings that veteran leadership to this group. You have Ron Bartell and you have Fletcher. Those are 3 solid corners. I think they'll be pretty good this year.
You saw Tim Atchison there have the younger guys on the field now at corner. Rams had those guys in for a lot of the second half last week. Building gets loud. Locker under pressure. Locker gets out of 1 sack. He will tuck. He will run. Locker tripped up. And he is very, very close to a first down. I think he got it. He got to the 39.
Oh, Robert Quinn had Locker in his grasp. Just take a look at nice move he put on the tackle. Nice spin move. Just bring your feet. Bring your feet. That's camp legs right there. Those are camp legs. What a nice move by Robert Quinn.
Got away from Quinn, got away from Darrell Scott, and Locker certainly has the ability. He can run. Heck of an athlete. His rights still are owned by the Los Angeles Angels. Minor League Baseball, they paid him $250,000 when they drafted him just to sit there and think about playing baseball. Stephon Johnson, speaking of Southern California, up the middle again, the former USC tailback, gets around 9. Zach Dials with the tackle, and that should bring us to the end of 3 quarters. Really not much room to change sides of the field. Tennessee's on the 48-yard line. They will go 4 yards to the other side of the field. When we get back, still 15 minutes, still 1 quarter of football to go. The Rams trail after 3, 16-14. 4th, and the Rams trailing 16-14 as Tennessee switches sides. Only 4 yards. Short walk, 2nd and 1. Locker to the right. Mariani catches that. He hits the ground. Ball comes out. He covers that. That might have actually been a run. That might have been a live football if he didn't hold on, but he did hold on. Third quarter stats brought to you by Ford and your quality Ford dealers. Tennessee guys, more first downs, more rushing yards. Rams have the 83-yard touchdown, so they have the passing yardage advantage, but it's really 2-1 their total yards, 309 to 202.
And it's all the rush yards. That's an impressive day in rushing the football. I know that Coach Spagnuolo is not happy about how much they've given up on the ground thus far.
Not 2-1. Bad math there by me. 300 to 200 is not 2-1. But you did mention the per carry. 5.6 a carry for the Titans, Marshall, on 27 carries tonight.
I would take that any day.
You think?
But look at the good job. Look at the penetration. Mir takes on 2 guys. Great job at stopping the line of scrimmage and causing penetration. That's what you need. That's what they need against the run game.
George Selvey in there as well. Sorry, go ahead, Omer.
I'm telling you, Marshall, man, I hate to be in that meeting room tomorrow, in that defensive meeting room. It's going to be a rough week of practice for the defense this week.
Boston Pettis set to return. This is Chad Cunningham, the rookie out of Tennessee, the Titans' other punter. Pettis will take the fair catch on the 13-yard line. James Laurinaitis and teammates will serve guys as waiters at the annual Make-A-Wish Celebrity Server Dinner. That's coming up on Monday, September 26th. Sponsorships and tickets are available by calling 314-721-9474. Again, 314-721-9474. Or by going to www.mo.wish.org. We'll go down to the sideline in a couple of seconds to talk to that man right there, number 55, James Laurinaitis. Minute and a half into the fourth quarter. A.J. Feely still the quarterback, and he will pitch to Norwood, trying to turn the corner, and it's strung out. Frank Walker, the former Raven, former Viking, veteran cornerback signed to the offseason, pushes him to the sideline. What do you want to see here in the fourth quarter, guys? We know Jarius Norwood can play. Maybe didn't have the same burst, the same explosiveness last week, still coming back from that knee injury. But Norwood aside, what about the rest of that offense?
You just want to see who can play, especially up front in the offensive line. This is where you build for depth. You want to see who can be that third tackle, that third guard, and who could play center. So it'll be interesting to see who could do that here in the fourth quarter.
On the perimeter as well, see if Donnie Avery is back. He had a touchdown earlier, has a catch here. Flag is down. Avery gets across the 20, shy of the first down by about a yard, but there's a flag back on the 9.
When you run the play.
Ineligible downfield prior to the pass, number 67. Offense. Still second down.
Let's go down to the sideline here. Number 55 with Maurice.
All right, Andrew, thanks a lot. Here with the man in the middle, James Laurinaitis. And James, when you look at this competition, trying to get some bookends around you, how do we shape up the battle at linebacker?
You know, we'll know more after film. We got a lot of guys there at LB this year, which is it's always a good thing. You know, when you're able to have a lot of competition and you're able to know going into every practice, every rep counts. And so that's a good thing. That's something that I think Mr. Devaney and Coach Spagnuolo are trying to build here, is being able to, when you have to make those tough decisions to make that 53-man roster, you know, they're making a long discussion over it.
You were given the keys to this defense now in your third year. You've led the team in tackles the last 2 years. Tell us about your evolution as a linebacker and as a leader on this team.
Well, you know, rookie year was just trying to get lined up. Last year was a lot. It allowed me to play a lot faster, just knowing the defense. And this year it's just about being more aggressive. You know the defense like the back of your hand. Start predicting plays. Start trying to make more plays in the backfield, and be more physical.
Final question for you: how good can this defense be when you have these pieces? How good can they be?
Well, we can be pretty good, but we got to be able to play better than we did tonight. I think in the first quarter, letting them have 13 points. There's some good things. You know, we stopped them in the red zone a couple of times, held them to 3, but you can't let those big runs happen. And, you know, we're not dumb either. We know that if Chris Johnson is playing, maybe those things are house calls. So we have to be able to look at the film, correct it. And we'll know a lot after Kansas City next week when it turns into more of a game week with preparation and actually looking at more film in the preseason.
right, thanks for the time, my man.
All right, man. Thanks, Adam.
All right, James Laurinaitis, guys. Send it back upstairs.
All right, Maurice, thank you. James, thank you. 4 tackles and a sack for James Laurinaitis today. When they were talking, Greg Salas, the rookie out of Hawaii, had a catch. There was also a penalty. Rams now with a 2nd and 10 and really not going anywhere in a hurry.
This offensive line, these guys, they have to show that they can protect Feely and give Norwood some running room. That's what has to happen. And also, young Austin Pettis, I want to see him make a move and say, listen, I'm a good receiver. I'm a draft pick. I'm a guy that you're going to be able to count on this year.
Ball can't get to Pettis or anyone for that matter as Feely gets knocked down as he throws, and that ball is deflected. It's Pernell Egbo back there. Talk about protecting Feely. He had a couple of seconds here to throw, but couldn't get it away in time.
We talked to Sam Bradford. It's all about giving the quarterback the spot. And right there, A.J. Feely did not have the spot to be comfortable to throw the ball down the field.
Also, Hall Davis, former Ram, there as well. 3rd and 10, Rams hitting 50%, 5 of 10 on 3rd downs, completion. But it's not going to be enough. Greg Salas, the rookie out of Hawaii who had a catch earlier when Maurice was talking to James Laurinaitis with the catch, but nowhere near the 1st down marker. And so Donnie Jones will trot out of the field and stand in his own end zone to punt it away. It'll be great field position for Tennessee in all likelihood as Yamon Figure stands back on his own 40-yard line to return, coming up on 11 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter, time winding down, and Tennessee leading the Rams 16-14. I'm guessing Donnie is, as he has for every other punt today, going to milk that clock, and he does. Play clock at 4 as he gets it away. Figures, runs up, lets it bounce, now takes it on a bounce, runs to the left, runs backwards, and loses a yard or 2. He is brought down by Jabbar Williams, who has really looked good on special teams. 48-yard punt, officially 0 on the return. Rams giving it up. Trailing here, 4th quarter to the Titans in the 2nd preseason game of 2011. Did you know the Rams players, coaches, and staff are out and about in the community, but so are these ladies, the Rams cheerleaders. In 2010, the Rams cheerleaders logged more than 750 hours in the community.
Wow.
That's a wow. Jake Locker. Wow. Jabbar Williams with the pressure, and he has to throw it into the ground. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I like the pressure that they're bringing on Locker. I want to see him stand in there, make a throw, take a hit. This is what the NFL is all about, Jake Locker.
I'll tell you what, Jabbar Williams looks good, guys. 7th round pick, 228 overall out of Stephen F. Austin. 2-time All-American, 2-time All-Southland Conference at linebacker. Actually started his career as a running back, but number 52 has been all over the field. Jake Locker, you see his numbers 8 of 17 today. It's an end around. That's Mariani trying to get to the edge. He cuts back across the 40, modest gain, maybe a gain of 2. Nelson, Jonathan Nelson, the rookie out of Oklahoma. Speaking of kids the Rams drafted this year, in for the tackle. The other 7th round pick, Jonathan Nelson, breakthrough junior campaign, all Big 12 honorable mention. Starting lineup, final 3 games as a junior. Big physical safety. Might be able to play the nickel in the pinch if the Rams need him. Competing for a job there at safety and special teams as well. 3rd and 8, 3rd and long. Crowd gets loud. Locker steps up in the pocket, has room to run, instead throws, has Figures incomplete. Had it, couldn't connect though. He was open down the left sideline.
Good defensive stand right there. Get off the field. This is what this is about right here. Get the ball back to your offense. Give them an opportunity to try to win the football game.
Deontay Dinkins, undrafted rookie, was there on the coverage. He has certainly made some plays, let's say that, not only in practice but in these 2 preseason games. Cunningham is back to punt, and another rookie. This time it's Greg Salas, the rookie out of Hawaii, and he stands on the 10-yard line. Cunningham gets it away. It's a high kick, but a short kick. Salas calls fair catch, and it goes out of bounds. Roughly 21-yard line. That's where the Rams will set up shop when we get back. Still 9:39 remaining. time to rally. Rams trail, but only by 2. 16-14 here, fourth quarter to the Titans. Hall of Famer Marshall Faulk, Orlando Pace, Maurice Drummond on the sideline. I'm Andrew Siciliano. That is Josh McDaniels, and he is a new quarterback in, guys. Thaddeus Lewis, the kid out of Duke, made the team last year as an undrafted free agent, really lit it up in the preseason. Looked decent week 1, 3 for 5, 28 yards, and he will hand it off to Keith Toston. Speaking of guys that looked good last week, Toston certainly did. But here's a look at Thaddeus, made the team last year, and you know, he's really pushing A.J. Feely, but Feely has also looked good.
What I like about the kid is how poised he is in the pocket, and he's working with third and fourth string guys, delivering the ball, making plays, and let's be honest, when you're the third guy, you don't get a lot of reps in practice.
No, not at all.
And to look as sharp as he did last week, I was impressed.
Thaddeus last year ran a lot of scout team in the preseason. He actually had a quarterback rating of 113. Again, preseason, again last year, but 113 is still 113, and that's a completion. Pettis right near the first down marker. They will give him first down yardage, 34-yard line. When Lewis made the team last year, a huge cheer went up at a Duke basketball game, or beg your pardon, at a Duke early football game. So certainly the Duke fans behind him, and there he hits Pettis.
He did a good job with his eyes right there, holding the linebacker until Pettis came open.
And he hit him, hit the rookie for the first down to the 34. Showing blitz. Toston runs right into that blitz. And he is going to be hit for a loss of 2 back to the 31. Keith Toston last week, guys, I mentioned he looked good. He ran 11 times for 64 yards and a touchdown. Likely a numbers game with him with a veteran free agent acquisitions, but he did look good a week ago.
Hey, right there, perfect run blitz for a run play.
Yeah, they ran right into it. There's an injury. It's Zach Clayton, D lineman for the Titans. As they check him out, we step out. 8:05 remaining in the fourth, 16-14 at the Edward Jones Dome. To the best of my knowledge, that has not hurt Warner, nor Mark Bolger, nor Isaac Bruce. But gentlemen, you can email the booth. We've been telling people all night long, and here's one. I'll ask the Hall of Famer, Marshall, do you think Kurt Warner and his 208 touchdowns make the Hall of Fame on the first ballot?
Most definitely. And understand this. We're talking about a 2-time league MVP, Super Bowl MVP, took the Rams to the Super Bowl, took the Cardinals to the Super Bowl, 2 teams that were awful before he got to the helm. You just don't do that. You do not do what Kurt has done. Look at the games that he's had in the playoffs. The game that he had in the Super Bowl against the Steelers, best passing, most yards ever. The guy is the first ballot Hall of Fame.
And he set his team up to win. You know, when he left the field, he put his team in position to win that game, and certainly he did that in another Super Bowl as well. So you could say that the guy could have 3. It's pretty impressive.
Clock is ticking. The clock is ticking. He will be in.
That is Lewis, brought down by McCarthy there. Lewis back to throw again. He has time but doesn't pull the trigger. Now flushed out. He will run, and he has good speed. Gets to the 40. Not enough for a first down, but good play. Thaddeus Lewis making something out of nothing.
That's the element of his game that he brings along with his pocket presence. Watch him. You slide, keep your eyes downfield, slide, protect the ball, get out of the pocket, don't do anything crazy. Let's change the field position and back them up and take care of the football.
8 consecutive punts, gentlemen. 8 consecutive punts. That's combined.
The punt team got to get some work too.
Between the Rams and the Titans. Back to return, the Donnie Jones punt. James Kirkendall. And he'll take it to the 10. He'll backpedal, get away from Salas. Now get to the edge, cut back inside of the 20. Flag is down, loses a tackler at the 25. He threw Selby, and he crossed the 30. But again, a flag is down. Kirkendall, the rookie out of Texas, on the return. Walt Coleman has been a busy man this evening. Walt, what say you?
Return, holding, number 25. Return team, 10-yard penalty, first down.
That's Myron Roll, the Rhodes Scholar, called for a holding on the return. New quarterback on the field for Tennessee, Rusty. 16-14. Rams trail here, fourth quarter, as the Edward Jones Dome gets loud. 6:39 remaining. A reminder for our fans watching in St. Louis after the game, stay tuned for a late edition of Fox 2 News at 9 with Shirley Washington and Elliot Davis. Fox 2 News is coverage you can count on. Rusty Smith now at quarterback for the Titans. He will hand off. And that is Stephon Johnson. Big hole and a big run across the 40 and a flag down at the 35. It's a gain pending the penalty of 24 for the running back out of USC. Fourth on the depth chart here with the Titans, but they go deep in running.
On number 22 of the defense. 10-yard penalty will be assessed from the end of the play. First down.
And they get Jermail Hines, the rookie out of Ohio State. Spagnuolo's ticked off.
Same story all day. The Titans are being more physical than the Rams defensive line. They're getting huge holes, and they're getting big gains.
And when you tack on the penalty yardage, it takes Tennessee into Rams territory. Let's see where they mark this. This is going to be on the 45-yard line. Rusty Smith, the first ever player drafted out of Florida Atlantic. He played in 2 games last year as Tennessee had a lot of injuries at quarterback. He started 1, and he hands off to Stephon Johnson again, who showed good drive there, Marshall. Gets to the 40-yard line and a gain of 5.
When you look at the Rams defense from week to week, especially in the preseason, because you cannot prepare for everything each and every week. You don't have the 2-a-day practices that we used to have. So when you go from a 1-back team like Indy to a 2-back team like the Titans, it's hard to prepare for all the things that they do.
Power running Tennessee from pretty much the first, second, third, and fourth quarters all the way through. That's Johnson again, close to first down yardage. You will get 4 on second, bring it up 3rd and 1. Hey, football's back, so the big hits, guys. Tonight's biggest hit of the game is brought to you by Nissan and Nissan's bottom line sales event. Visit ChooseNissan.com or your local dealer today for more information. Zach Dials, the free agent linebacker from Houston, with the big and biggest hit of the game. Dials battling for a starting job at linebacker. The logjam there on 3rd and short. Johnson has first down yardage, and he has it easily. Tennessee choosing to keep it on the ground, work the clock, coming up on 5 minutes remaining now in the fourth quarter, as Stephon Johnson does all the work, and he gets just shy of the 30. At this point, you know the defense is tired. You know that defense, you see the hands on the hips there. Classic sign of fatigue. Want to get off the field. At the same time, you still want to look good here in the fourth quarter with jobs in line. And a 2-point game, it's still a winnable game. It's not the most important thing at this point, but you always like to hang that W. As Rusty Smith fires towards the end zone, knocked away, incomplete, no flag. The intended receiver, number 84, Owen Spencer, the rookie out of North Carolina, wanted the flag, didn't get it. Dinkins on the coverage.
Let's take a look at the coverage here. Rusty Smith, nice play action, delivers the ball. The ball hit him in the back of the head. I mean, maybe you want a flag on the ball, but that was a catchable pass.
I think it was. Don't argue for the flag when you could have caught it. Second down, I formation. Rusty brought down to the backfield. Stephon Johnson dropped by Stewart. Or beg your pardon, by Nelson. 26, not 20. Jonathan Nelson, the rookie out of Oklahoma, playing the backfield. Tackle for the loss.
And that's a big play. You want to get them out of field goal distance. Nice tackle, nice one-on-one tackle, and open field on the back. That was a great tackle.
26 on 26 there. Jonathan Nelson, the 7th-round pick, 1-2. Mentioned Jabari Williams as well. Nelson out of Oklahoma. Crowd gets loud. 3rd and 16, under 4 to go. Clock moving. Smith goes to the line, then backs back to the shotgun position. Little movement, no flag. Throwing left, throwing deep, and that is dropped inside the 5. Couldn't hold on. It was James Kirkendall. He had a touchdown, but he couldn't keep the mitts on it.
Man, this is the perfect break. Comes off the hash, corners beat, turns around, tries to get his hand up.
Hit the helmet. Hit Dinkins' helmet on the way down.
Way to get in there and strip the ball out. With your helmet, with your hand, you get the ball out. He saved the touchdown right there.
Dinkins and Tim Atchison, 30 and 36. There in the coverage, and now it's punt time. Clock stopped at 3:41. Chad Cunningham, the second punter, the rookie. We saw him earlier. I believe this is his third kick. The rookie out of Tennessee, with Salas back to return. He stands on the 10. They clock down to 5 as the kick is away, and it's a high one. Fair catch called for, and Salas will take it on the 8s. Companies can host a Back to Football Friday celebration on September 9th, and also in the process win great prizes, including a chance at Super Bowl tickets. For more information, please go to stlouisrams.com/community. 3:34 remaining in this one. And gentlemen, if you're asking, because it is a 2-point game, each team does still have 3 timeouts remaining.
It's an important drive here for the Rams. They can go down, get a score, either a field goal and win this ball game, but they have to get something going. They've been pretty stagnant here in the second half.
You saw 82 there. Greg Matthews into the game now, a wide receiver. He is wide to the left as Thaddeus Lewis works out of the shotgun, takes the snap, loads up, throws, drop. Salas had a first down right in his hands, couldn't hang on.
That's a ball that you have to catch. You want to get yourself in the good down and distance situations. You come out of this break. And listen, Greg Salas is sure-handed. He is sure-handed. You want to make the catch first before you run with the football.
Said run with the football. He had all kinds of room to run with that football. That was a great yards after the catch possibility. 285 catches for Salas in his college career. This one he will hang on to. And a nice round of applause from the crowd. This one's a first down.
And that's what happens. You make the tougher catch.
Exactly.
You make the tougher catch. Man, look at this route. Nice hitch route. Ball's thrown outside. Pluck the ball out of the air with his hands and get the first down. Way to redeem yourself, young guy.
One play later.
Redeem yourself, rookie.
One play later gets the redemption. Granted, that doesn't mean the drop won't be shown on film in meetings.
Low light highlight.
Exactly. So it's from just across the 20. Lewis again, shotgun again, goes to Salas, and now he catches 2 in a row, targeting 3 straight times, 2 straight catches to the 34 and a new set of downs.
He's doing a good job, widening the corner, breaks inside, ball's thrown. Sometimes you got to body the ball. I like that catch. I like how he shielded the DB away and bodied the ball because he's a big receiver.
Gain of 13. It's not as if Salas isn't used to catching the football. Last year, he caught 119 passes, 14 touchdowns in that pass-happy Hawaii offense.
That's it.
And Deonabund with a catch there. And the Rams keep rolling across the 45. Another first down. As the clock winds down towards the 2-minute warning, a gain of 12. Tight end battling for a roster spot. That is going to be 2-minute warning. And the Rams have good field position and 3 timeouts remaining. They're at the 46 when we get back. Let's see if Thaddeus Lewis can put together a game-winning 2-minute drive for the Rams, along with the Hall of Famer Mark McCullough, Orlando Pace, Maurice Drummond down to the sideline. I'm Andrew Siciliano. 2 minutes remaining here at the Edward Jones Dome. Rams down 16-14, but approaching midfield with a full complement of timeouts remaining. All 3 timeouts with a quarterback at a Duke in his 2nd season. Thaddeus Lewis under pressure, steps out of a sack, dumps it off. That's a catch. He made something out of nothing. And he dumps it to Keith Tostin, who gets across midfield to the 46.
Thad Lewis right now is doing a great job at understanding the pressure, getting out of situations, delivering the ball downfield. I like when I see his eyes are downfield. He's remaining a passer with the football, even when pressure's around him.
Clock moves towards 1:30. Lewis throws again, a catch, and again a first down. Again, it's Onabun, the tight end.
Marshall, one thing I'm really impressed with Thad is his patience in the pocket. And he feels the rush, and he knows what to do once he feels the rush. And his eyes are constantly downfield.
Rams line up Matthews to the left, Gilliard slot to the left here. Clock now 1:05 and moving. Lewis, first down again to throw. Throws a bullet. Donovan holds on at the 35. Short game though, gain of maybe 4 or 5. Timeout.
He is delivering the ball with authority.
Team timeout. St. Louis. 30-second
some
timeout.
small windows.
He's got a gun.
Man, this kid is impressive.
Timeout taken by the Rams. They still have 2 remaining. As they break, we will tell you that your Hardee's star of the game, brought to you by Hardee's, and that's just the way it is, and we debated this, is Brandon Gibson for the 83-yard touchdown to set the pace early for the Rams. Also could have selected Donnie Avery, but Brandon Gibson with that big play early really got this dome rocking.
And you think last week the Rams, their longest passing play was 18 yards. Today, first play, 83 yards.
Thaddeus Lewis on this drive, 56 yards. He is 6 of 7 and drops to throw again. Almost picked off. He's 6 of 8. That one was dangerous. 3rd and 6.
But the ball was where it needed to be. As a receiver, when the ball touches your hands, you are responsible for it, especially when it goes between your hands and hit your helmet.
I don't sense sarcasm, do I? Donovan there had a couple of catches on this drive already. That one he couldn't hold on to. Lewis 7 of 9, 62 yards. He has looked good. Rams still have 2 timeouts remaining. Tennessee all 3. 54 ticks left. 3rd and 6. Play clock down to 5. Lewis calls for it. Gets it. Dumps it off. That's a catch. That's Marty Gilliard. That's a first down. And it's across the 25 to the 23. Gain of 12. And timeout Rams. They take their second, 1 left.
Team timeout.
Just watch the poise by Thaddeus Lewis. He's looking over here to his left. Marty Gilliard comes into his read as his 3rd option. Drops the ball off. Marty does a good job at getting some run after catch yardage.
Ball is on the 23, so from here, it's about a 41-yard attempt, which really isn't.
Oh, we are in Josh Brown territory.
Oh, he kicked a 60-yarder last week, guys, not to mention a 53-yarder. If it comes to that, we'll show you that 60-yarder. It ended the second quarter. Really got a big charge out of the Edward Jones Dome crowd last week. 46 left now, 16-14 again, a new set of downs. Only 1 timeout remaining for the Rams, and they will run. That's Tostin, and he doesn't really have anywhere to go. Rams stay conservative. Clock is still winding. It's 30. Does Tennessee call a timeout? No. Clock's still going. Coming up on 20 seconds remaining. Not for one more play before Josh Brown time?
I think so.
Josh Brown must be the only kicker that does not warm up. He's not kicking in the net.
Snap at 9. Tostin hit, and he will lose a yard or 2. They're going to spot it back on the 24, and now a timeout. And here comes Josh Brown with 5 seconds remaining for a would-be game-winning kick. Remember last week, I told you we'd show it to you. This is the end of the second quarter, and this is a 60-yard field goal. Spagnuolo said that Brown ran out there before he even called for the special teams unit because he wanted to try it. And why not? Didn't count, at least in terms of career longs, because it's a preseason game. This, a 42-yard attempt for the win, potentially.
I like that. Your kicker hits a 60-yarder, and he runs out there with the confidence that he can make it.
Exactly. Jones will hold. Massey will snap. A 42-yard attempt for the lead and potentially the win, and a timeout is called. Tennessee is trying to ice.
Are you kidding
Josh
me?
Brown.
Preseason?
Are you kidding me?
Preseason icing, gentlemen.
Are you kidding me?
I kid you not. Rookie head coach Mike Munchak hears the boos from the crowd.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Wow.
Josh McDaniels, a smile. I think that's a smile. Might be a grimace on the sideline.
Wow.
Munchak is only the 7th Hall of Fame player to become a head coach since the merger. 14 years as an O-line coach, 12 years as an offensive lineman for the old Houston Oilers. He iced Josh Brown. Let's see how it works. Here we go. 5 seconds to go. This is for the lead and for the win. 42 yards. Josh Brown. It is up and it is good. With 0-0-0 on the clock, the Rams win. They go to 2-0 in the postseason for the preseason with Josh Brown's game-winning kick. 42 yards. Rams, led by Thaddeus Lewis and Josh Brown late, beat the Tennessee Titans 17-16. Guys, it might not have been the prettiest second half, but at the end, you saw what you wanted to see. You saw the young guys do things. You saw Salas. You saw Lewis. You saw Onaba. You saw Marty Gilliard to the big catch there. And then you saw your veteran, Mr. Reliable, Josh Brown, win the game. Coming up, some post-game thoughts. Maybe a trip to the sideline as well. Steve Spagnuolo, winner, and 2-0 in the preseason.